that, baby. We got this. Real man. Awesome job, dude. Awesome job. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Oh, my God. We are the champions. Yes. We're good, sorry, boys. Yes.
Muted. Okay, now we're not. Now we're not.
Oh, good. I didn't hear Darian.
I didn't hear.
Darian, were you about to say the iCarly thing?
Yeah, I was.
What is this iCarly? That's like the third iCarly reference you've made since.
Bro,
got
dude,
this
I
Zoom
hadn't
call.
watched the show in like 8-7 years, and then all of a sudden it's on
8-7?
Netflix. You're damn right.
iCarly is how all this started. There was no iCarly, there'd be no NASCAR.
There would be no streaming, so iCarly's
Well,
the birth of streaming, basically.
They say YouTube wasn't going to exist until iCarly literally talked it into existence.
Basically,
So
they did.
I gotta ask, Darian, how many viewers did they have on their first episode?
Bro, oh, dude, they had like 300,000. I'm like, get out of here. Your first episode, that is so.
It wasn't that high. It wasn't quite that high, but it was 39,000.
Oh, okay, 39.
How many views do you guys remember getting on your first ever YouTube upload?
The first one did pretty well. It was like 4,000 actually.
Let me
Okay,
check.
fine.
Well, so at the moment, my first ever upload has around 16,000 viewers. But like when it first uploaded on the first day, it was like, I want to say 51 viewers.
Dang.
72,000.
Well, damn. My first ever YouTube upload still sitting pretty at about 200 views. It's on a channel that nobody can find.
The chat loves iCarly.
You say that. They're going to go find it now, Eric.
Jesus Christ.
See, Eric, even the chat loves iCarly, too.
It might be private. Hey, I love iCarly. I mean, iCarly was great, man. Great.
Well,
no Drake and Josh, but it's a close second.
Anyway,
True.
enough about iCarly. Let's talk some NASCAR, guys.
Yeah, let's talk some
All right.
NASCAR.
Well, I say we start up talking about the Xfinity race, and Eric, you said this guy's now like your favorite driver, so I'm just gonna have it start with you. We're not even going to talk about the winner to start with. We're going to talk about Ty Gibbs with his 1.5 average finish so far in his Xfinity career.
It's amazing.
He's coming for Richard. No, he's going to David Pearson average finish numbers before long. No. Yeah, Ty Gibbs, man. I mean, it was a quiet day. Let's not pretend that he ran first or second all day long. He drove from the back up to about 6th place and hung out around 5th, 6th, 8th place pretty much the entirety of the race. Still, for an 18-year-old's first Xfinity race at Phoenix, a challenging track that he did win at the night before in the ARCA race. No, Ty Gibbs was fantastic. I think 13 more races he's expected to run this year, I think are going to be can't-miss races. He's proven to me that he belongs in the Xfinity Series. He belongs in the top levels of NASCAR, and he's going to have a very good opportunity before long to begin a superstar level career. So I'm excited about Ty Gibbs. I like Ty Gibbs a lot. I certainly don't want to overlook the race winner, of course. So it was a good Xfinity race. I mean, if we can start, I forgot there was no truck race. In my head, I was ready to start talking about trucks.
No, there was an ARCA race though, but Ty won that ARCA race too. So yeah, he won that. But,
Austin Cindric though, first multi-win winner. Oh no, I guess technically not. Ben Rhodes has 2 wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, second two-time winner.
In the Xfinity series, that is.
Yeah.
Some other notables too. What happened to Gregson there? I missed the beginning of the race. I saw him 39th though. He had some issues.
Blew his motor, didn't he?
Oh,
yeah.
Damn! Just a horrible start to the 2021 season. Just not all his fault, but
like a week after what happened in Miami, that happens to start the race.
Makes you want to throw up, man. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
That's only if you win a truck race, Jared. Come on.
As the UFO starts talking to me.
Austin Cindric, though, at Phoenix is really starting to become automatic. They got to go back there for the championship. If he's in the Final Four, he's starting to become that can't-miss threat. And also Ty Gibbs, too. Like, I know he's only running 13 races, but I can't wait to see him full-time in Xfinity to see what he does competing for the championship.
I want to ask our Hendersonville native here, what did he think of a fellow Hendersonville native and his take on the double bird?
Oh man, that's Josh Berry's late model background coming out. That's exactly how they handle it in late model tracks.
Oh,
but his smile, the smile, like he was like, it was like this nonchalant.
That is exactly what I think. That just comes straight up from his late model background. That is exactly what you'd see going to any short track, really.
It almost felt like he was doing it because it was in his contract. Like he had this smile on his face, like, oh, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. I got to fit
bonus. I
got to fit in with the NASCAR guys here. This is what they do, apparently. Great. I love Fox's really half-ass attempt at blurring it out. They just like blurred the whole screen.
I know. I was like, where is it? I liked Eric.
I noticed in one of your thumbnails you had it blurred out of your face and then Kyle Busch's face.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was great.
I forgot I had those little graphics cut out. I had them made for something completely different. Now I just use them to censor things. It's pretty
Well, I will say full credit to, I believe it was Brad Perez that put that out there.
Yeah, well,
Full credit to him on putting that out there, because I think I put a tweet. I'm like, hey, does anyone have a picture? And then literally
it was
like,
there. I was like, thank you,
boom.
man. Thank you, appreciate it.
well, no, my responses was just like 20 different ones all the way down of the same picture or quote tweet. But it was a fun race, man. Like I gotta say, like watching the Xfinity series more regularly now this year than I have been before. I'm like, man, it really is the best series. I said that before.
I've been telling you this, man. I remember back in like 2018, 2019, was it? Like you really didn't watch it that much, and I kept telling you.
I was always busy.
I was like, you gotta watch it eventually, bro. I'm telling you, it keeps growing. I mean, and growing every year. It gets better and better.
I'll be curious to see if people's excitement for it continues, because I have a feeling Austin Cinder's going to win 10 races this year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Will people get tired
Maybe.
of that? Because I think the action behind him is going to be fantastic.
Personally,
we know
yeah,
the cars
personally-
race good.
Yeah, personally, I don't care. You know, if a guy's really dominant, then hey, they deserve to be, you know, dominant. They're the fastest car. They deserve to win. But like, you know, the racing amongst the field, however, though, we're starting to see like some amazing parity. Like freaking Brandon Brown finished third, and Fox didn't interview him. Didn't even give him a live interview.
Can we talk about that? Fox has been bad about it, like post-race coverage. I've seen some tweets and people talk about like we need less pre-race. We don't need 3 hours of pre-race and grid walks and stuff. We need more than 3 minutes of post-race these days. They're always backed right. It's the 3 p.m. starts. I think we all know that, but that's the biggest drawback to the 3 p.m. starts is the lack of post-race.
Well, in their defense, these start times really contribute to less post-race content, because like I feel like most races this year for either Xfinity or trucks, like next on FS1 is always some Big East basketball game. And they're like, we have to get to that as soon as we're finished here. You know,
I will say in Fox and NBC's defense on the West Coast, I mean, a noon start, you know, right, that we would want on the East Coast or Central Time would be like a 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.
That
start.
would be a 9, yeah.
I understood it, especially for a West
Yeah.
Coast race like the last 2 weeks have been. But I mean, wait, am I now the one defending 3 p.m. starts here for?
No.
Or I mean, defending noon starts.
Also, here's the thing with West Coast, like, yeah, they get rain, but nowhere near as much as the East Coast. So.
No.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's
It's a
raining. now.
rarity.
As you talk about rain, it started raining more outside.
It's been storming bad here in the southeast.
It's starting to clear up.
For anyone who watches this in Alabama, I hope y'all are okay. I've seen there was a lot of really bad storms down there today.
Yeah, nothing to follow up there. I think we all echo that sentiment. But there was also a Cup race here. Now, you know, and I swear I don't say this to rub it in. I'm just like saying it out of, you know, talking about what was going on. I was surprised after the race on Sunday. I was in the media center with the pressers, and all of the talk was about PJ1, like all of it. I mean, it didn't matter who it was that was talking about it, whether it was Truex or anybody else that was going through there. And I kind of want to ask you guys about this. Like, is the PJ1 at this point becoming more and more of a problem than we thought it was? Because I always thought for the longest time it was just a patchwork thing until we get the next gen car. But from what it sounds like the drivers absolutely hate it right now.
I know over the radio, I remember, especially during the Xfinity race, I heard AJ Allmendinger criticize it. I think it was maybe Allgaier or somebody else say, like, I think Allmendinger's direct quote was, dang, they butchered this track, or they absolutely ruined this racetrack, or something like that. So, yeah, visually, like on the surface level, I thought the racing all weekend was pretty good. Guys could still pass. Yeah, you kind of had to throw caution to the wind and slide up in front of guys left and right and cut people off, sure, but I mean, I didn't think there was really any less in fact, I think there was even more lead changes in the Cup race than there was at any Phoenix race since 2013. So it's not like there was no passing through the field. Sounds like passing was pretty easy, but certainly it's kind of manufactured the top being the preferred groove, which for the longest time at Phoenix, that there really never was an obvious preferred groove. Now there is, and it's sort of the issue Bristol had when they first went to progressive banking, where it was right around the top, and it was kind of hard to pass because you couldn't bump and run people. You just bump them, and they just bounce off the wall and stay in front of you. Now Phoenix, kind of the same thing, and you had that issue when Bowman and Dillon got jacked up behind Chastain. It's because they had nowhere to go. They're all running the wall basically, and you're kind of stuck there. You only have one way to go, and So I can see it being a difficult. I'm sure in the race car behind the wheel, you feel the effects of the PJ1 way more than us watching at home on TV really see it. But again, from the viewer's perspective, I didn't think the PJ1 really affected the race negatively per se. Both lanes were equal on restarts and guys could still pass. That's all you really ask for at a flat track like Phoenix.
The only things that I really noticed, I think it was especially prevalent on that final restart for the Xfinity Series. I saw so many guys get washed up into the wall on that final restart, mostly because they were trying to more or less finesse that top grip and messed it up, went too hard right into the wall. I think that was mainly because of what they were trying to do, just keep all of the grip of the PJ1 and made it too hard to do that. As far as does it necessarily ruin the entire race, maybe not. But the only track I've really seen PJ1 work great at is honestly Bristol. But which granted now it don't matter. It's
Pocono as well.
Pocono too.
They're going to put PJ1 on dirt Bristol?
That's the thing. I don't even know if there'll be any remaining PJ1 after they get rid of all the dirt. It's buried in like 5 feet of dirt at this point.
And sawdust, I think, too. Isn't that the bottom layer?
6 feet under.
I think this is one of these things where, like, visually to us fans, it didn't really make a difference. But, like, from the driver's perspective, it was probably hell sometimes to drive on that racetrack. So.
I've always been thinking for the last few years, honestly, the dog leg at Phoenix, I think, is kind of unnecessary. I kind of miss when it was the old style with the grass in there, to where you actually had to run the proper Phoenix line.
Yeah. See, it's always funny to me because that would always be the back stretch, and then the back stretch will always be the front stretch.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
I mean, that one, however they want to do it, I do think it's very unique to have it.
Yeah,
out of the
I
corner.
like it.
But Phoenix just historically, I mean, granted, I haven't watched every single Phoenix race ever. Disclaimer here: if there was a race in 1995 that was awesome,
The first race there
I'm
was
sorry.
in 1988. So,
yeah. If it was awesome there, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but since I started watching in 2004, and went back, or not 2005, and I've went back in 04, 05, or 04, 03, 02, and watched those ones. So for the past 20 years, no matter the configuration, no matter what they do with the dog leg in any sense or capacity, it's never been one of those tracks. It's going to be like Martinsville, where there's going to be passing and moving people out of the way, or Bristol. It's never been like Richmond and its heyday. It's been serviceable. It's been good at times, but it's just Phoenix. I don't know like how they're going to reconfigure it next time, because it seems like they do it every 5 or 6 years.
How many times have they done it? Like 5, 6 times already. It seems like now. Like
Two or
new
three.
surface, new front stretch, new back stretch.
Let's just open up the Phoenix road course. It's also there, and it will be fine.
I just think that PJ1 overall, like I don't think this is a Phoenix issue, and I really hope they don't use it when they get the next gen car, because if this is supposed to be the fix-all car long term, it should fix this problem. I think it's just a band-aid for tracks that can't produce good racing with the Gen 6 car, to be completely real. Or tracks that they want to return to their former glory and make them like beating and banging like Bristol, which I will say it worked at Bristol. But that so far has been the only one where it's clear-cut. Everyone likes it. But I would say like long-term, I hope the PJ1 doesn't last at most places, because I think that it's just a crutch at this point. It was, if you guys disagree, let me know.
Well, no, I think we need to find a long-term solution instead of using like the same Band-Aid like every few races and stuff. Hopefully NASCAR's. It sounds like NASCAR is going down the right path, but we'll have to find out.
And just letting everybody know now, we'll read super chats at the top of the hour. We have 2 segments for that, so we will read your super chats. I see some people have left them, and by the way, 360 people watching. Lick that like button. We only got 93 likes, man.
Yeah, lick the like button, y'all. Yeah, get it over 100, please.
But PJ1 aside, the race, I rated it at like a 6 out of 10. I didn't think it was bad, but it was definitely better than average. But when you look at the race overall and you see who won, and you kind of look at it and you're like, we're getting back to a little bit of normal here.
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. So like open up the first 5 races of the season with 5 different winners. I think now we're at the point in the schedule where we're going to start to see, the usual contenders, compete for wins in the next few weeks here, and especially this weekend at Atlanta. So Yeah, just be ready for that.
Honestly, there's nothing surprising about this entire top 10 in this. Which this was Truex's first Phoenix win, right?
Yep,
I
his
believe so.
first ever. Yeah, his first ever, and also his 28th career Cup Series win too.
Eyeing Carl Edwards, I saw someone post.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Do a backflip.
We did
the-
see.
And the car that cursed Edwards. Perfect.
Ah, I didn't even think about that part.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
It's messed up.
We did still see a few surprises. I'm looking outside of the top 10. Eric Almirola and Matt Benedetto have been struggling all season, and there they were picking up 11th and 14th in this.
And
They
also
ran well.
Eric Jones. Eric Jones was in the top 10 back in sometimes. That was cool
Now,
to see.
the thing that baffled me though was Bubba's pit call.
Yeah.
So let me go. So let me explain this really quick for those who didn't watch. So the best car all day that they've had all day, they finally got it
All
right.
year.
All
All
year
year.
basically, dude. He worked his way all the way from what P17 to P7 in one run, I believe. It was awesome. And then they had to pit. The caution comes out, and then the dingus decides to leave him out there on older tires, thinking
The
that
who?
Bubba was the dingus. Whoever's calling the shots. Whoever's calling the shots of that.
It was an
Like,
AJ calling from his mansion in
Oh,
Charlotte.
then he's
I haven't-
he
I
was
haven't-
calling-
Lead some laps. Lead some laps.
That's
Hold
like
on,
the
hold
quote.
on.
That's a,
I haven't heard someone call someone a dingus since I was in 8th grade.
I thought I said it more on this. I
No.
guess not. But no.
Anyway,
but
Dan-
anyway.
You're
Danny,
watching
Danny.
too much iCarly.
Well, Danny was gonna say something there. Sorry, I cut you
Oh,
off.
go
man.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's like the equivalent of Chicago Bulls coach telling Michael to shoot it from past half court, and there's like 20 minutes left in the game.
Dude, what do you like? What did they think was gonna happen? Bubba was clearly a second sit and duck on that restart, drops all the way back from P1 to P16, and then he caught a break with a caution soon after, but like the track position game was like key there. So like there was no way he was gonna drive it all the way back out front. Like your one opportunity at a top 10 and you blew it. What the hell?
And he come close, honestly, on that restart to wrecking a few guys too.
He did wreck Cole Custer.
he was trying his best.
Hold on.
He was trying his best.
On the subject of Cole Custer, I gotta ask. I think it was him. I can't remember if it was him or if it was someone else. Someone crashed with like 13 laps to go. Debris went on the track, and Austin Dillon hit it. They didn't throw a caution for that.
Yeah, I did notice that.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think all 5 cup races this year have not featured like a late race yellow, like with just a few laps to go, like a sprint to the finish. I don't think a race has yet.
Well, Daytona 500, but
No, Daytona wasn't.
Well, no, the Daytona road course.
Daytona
I
road
thought-
course,
right?
kinda
Yeah, road
did.
course.
But
Yeah.
they had plenty of time. That one turned into just sort of a cluster.
no, Daytona 500.
So,
it
can-
was a single file until the end. That's what
Can
it
I
was.
can I have your permission, Darian?
What?
Can I put this picture on a shirt that says "You dingus" underneath it?
Go ahead, man.
Yes!
Dude, yeah, just do whatever you
I will.
want.
I will wear that on the show, and keep tabs on my social media all week, and I'll post a link to it.
You dingus! Whoa. What is this? It's me.
for those listening right now, Eric has a bit of a green screen behind him, and now Darian's Yadingus face is on.
Eric has been kind of waiting to use that since we
Yes.
went off the air last week.
Yeah, we were
Thank
like
you.
playing with that. This is
Praise
great.
dingus.
But no,
Um,
but overall though, the race I'd say was slightly above average in my opinion. Just another one of those Phoenix deals, and like I kind of knew in the very beginning, like okay, PJ won. This is going to be a track position game, and Ryan Blaney, my race win pick, I was like, yes, stage 1 winner. He's gonna take it home. No, he fades. Like he was pretty competitive in stage 2, but stage 3 though, he just completely dropped off the face of the planet. But congrats to Truex, you big win.
I had Bowman picked for gonna suck, and at first I thought I was gonna be spot on with it, but having a pretty well damaged race car, he still drove it up to 13th, had a little bit higher than that at some point too.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I gotta say that surprised me too. I don't know if I still have the picks on me right now. I keep
I had
track
Chase.
of them. Yeah, and I had who'd I have?
Elliott, not
El-
Briscoe.
No, yeah, you had Elliott.
Not yet. No Briscoe yet.
I can't remember who I had. But I know who I had. I think finished last because we'll talk about the pick. We'll talk about the pick points later. That's a whole nother topic.
Absolutely.
Freaking Kyle Larson, though, man. What was his deal? Speeding twice on pit.
Kyle Larson. He was my pick.
He still finished 7th, though, so good job to him.
But, like, what was he, like, 0.001 over miles per
He was
hour?
over the tolerance.
I'm kind of confused by that because a few people kept going, like even Jim Utter, I think, like, tried to say like it was 45, so he was 5.01 over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Technically,
Stupid.
technically
stupid.
he was. Technically, it's 45, but they give you a 5-mile-an-hour leeway. So of course
So
the
it's 50.
teams.
I
it's
hate that.
50.
I think that's so stupid that NASCAR does that.
Yeah.
Just make it 50 then. Like
Yeah.
you know everyone's gonna go
Yeah.
50 if
Hey,
you give them a tolerance.
At least it's not like in the 1980s and 90s, just zooming onto pit lane at 170
Well,
miles
of
per
course.
hour.
Yeah. But no, that's the thing. It's effectively 50. You might as well make it that. Or if you want it to be 50, then just put the tolerance up. But then they're just gonna go to that one because I think was it Jeff Gluck or Matt Weaver was in like or what might have been Bob Pockers. It was somebody who was more credentialed than me. Was in a Twitter battle with different people and
Oh, yeah,
and was
Landon
like,
Castle.
was it Landon Castle?
Oh, no, Landon Castle asked me to
Oh.
put up the sign on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was Jim Utter. Jim Utter.
So yeah, they were like, "Well, why don't they just go 45 then?" And it's like you do realize they would lose like a dozen positions
Yeah.
if they did that.
You can't do
Like,
that.
I think it's an unnecessary. I mean, they've done it forever. Don't get me wrong. I think I put out a tweet, and I was because people were like, they need to change the pit. They need to change speeding on pit road
This
if
has
it's
been-
they're like if it's within a 10th or a 100th of a mile an hour, he should be good to go. And it's like, and I put out there, I'm like, y'all are getting all outraged over this stuff.
It's just a speeding penalty.
This is
This
how
is,
it's been since electronic scoring.
It's a
This
black
is-
and white rule. That's all we ask for with NASCAR. Something where there's clearly a right and a clearly a wrong. There's no like judgment that NASCAR's like,
Yeah.
ooh, he was looking a little faster.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's just everyone knows the number. Don't go
this
over.
is way less confusing of an issue than what we saw in the Daytona duels earlier this year.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
Pretty
Hey,
much.
so seeing this, another thing I want to talk about in this Cup race that I saw someone just kind of bring up. What the heck happened to Cody Ware in this race and Anthony Alfredo?
Dude, hold on. So first off, poor Anthony Alfredo. This guy was just minding his own business, and then shoot, just Cody Ware, just out of nowhere, just kills him.
I'm not going to apologize for Cody Ware here because he certainly dug himself a hole on Twitter, doubling and tripling down on what he believes happened. But to be fair, we never saw a great replay of the incident. We never saw
true.
like a ghost car. Maybe Alfredo was racing him like a dick. We don't know that for sure. It certainly looked like Cody Ware just didn't turn and took himself and Alfredo out in turn one. But I'm not going to jump to conclusions.
We'll
I
see.
don't want the
Oh.
wrath of Rick Ware coming after me. I've
Oh,
heard
God.
Alfredo surely seemed a little surprised when he got out of his car for why that happened.
Yeah, like his reaction, he was like, "What? All right," and then he just walks off.
I mean, at first I thought something broke on the 51, but then I saw how casually he come down pit road, and it looked a little weird.
Oh yeah,
I was expecting more double birds.
this is sus.
So-
This is pretty sus.
What's funny is, so I did not know until I tweeted something being like, dude, like I basically tweeted a smart ass way of saying, dude, you were the one that screwed up there. Like that's on you. That wasn't on Alfredo. I did not know that there were like 3 Cody Ware stands that will respond to every single tweet you put saying how wrong you are.
Wow.
He has stan accounts? What?
There were so many people that were like, you don't know what it's like back there, and I'm like, yeah, I don't, but like,
I don't, but I mean, that's what it looks like,
Now-
dude. It looks bad.
The funniest part of this whole thing was Cody Ware's tweet where he says that he was getting hung up by a lapped car. A Rick Ware driver was complaining about lap traffic, which he wasn't technically wrong. I believe Alfredo was a lap down because they had
Yeah.
Yes.
technical issues, but
Just in the
then-
context, this is funny.
I never thought I'd see that on Twitter.
Of all people to really rub him the wrong way, I didn't think it was going to be Denny Delivers.
This poor kid. This
know.
is just a kid.
The
It's a
dude-
kid, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Denny Delivers is like one of our younger fans.
Yeah,
He's
and like he
chill.
makes us memes all the time. I DM him sometimes. He's a good kid, and like he made a joke about Rick Ware Racing, and like this is another thing too. The Ware brothers, like they have this thing where like even if you like joke about the team, they like come after you and stuff. I've been on the receiving end of this before, and it's just annoying. I
I
don't
don't know. Danny, what do you think? Think he was bent out of shape?
Yeah, he's a little bent out of shape.
Yeah.
And he might be more bent out of shape because he's heading to Atlanta. So
Oh, and by the way, like his whole backstory with like, you know, his fight with depression and stuff. Like, I mean, that's like a, you know, a good story that he was able to overcome that and shit. But like in this instance, though, it's like, what are you doing, my guy? Like it's just, I don't know, it's just bad. Like some drivers need to take a break from social media every now and then. You know, it's like some, and Cody Ware, I think, is one of them where just get off of Twitter and just focus on your job for a while because it's clearly not helping.
Well, and yeah, and I think that's just a rule of thumb in general. I mean, I think at any different time, all four of us have done that.
Oh yeah, me last fall.
Words of wisdom to those watching: if social media pisses you off,
just
turn
get
it off.
Just get off immediately.
Or do what I did. Like I can't stand looking at politics anymore, so I just blocked every single political thing I see on my timeline. I'm like, I'm done.
I hate to admit it, I'm like that, but it's more when I see something about Bubba Wallace on a NASCAR page because I'm scared to look at the comments.
No, I go straight into the comments. I'm like this. Let's see what's
like
juicy today.
Duck into his pot of gold.
Yeah, like, this ain't no pot of gold. It's a pot of shit, basically. Hell no.
Hey, but you're diving in nonetheless.
Head first.
We're having a little too much fun here tonight.
This episode. I haven't even cracked open the Rowdy Energy yet that I found at an HEB near me. I didn't know they were in Texas.
Well, we're having too much fun, so I guess you know what we should do now? We should talk about TV ratings to bring down the mood.
Oh, no.
Do we have to?
Wait, what about the poll? Where's the poll?
We'll talk about the poll in a moment.
Okay.
That's the last thing we talk about with the race.
The best for last, Darian.
Yes. And this is actually really timely because Adam Stern literally a minute ago tweeted about the most watched U.S. sporting events of the weekend. I don't know why I said it so weirdly there. But the Cup race got a 2.3 rating with 3.857 million viewers, which was down. I don't know how much it was, but it was down considerably. And then, where'd it go? There it goes.
They didn't have anything to directly compare it to last year. Because remember, the fifth race last year was that weird Darlington race that blew up. You know,
it was close to the 2019 race, but it was still down. Which I believe it's. Let me see. I just followed this person on Twitter recently, so I can say if you want. Okay, Cindy Yen on Twitter, awesome analysis of TV ratings. I will put it in perspective here. Sure, she guessed that the race at Phoenix would have 3.817 million viewers. It had 3.857. She was literally 40,000 off. That is insanely good.
Damn.
And
that is accurate.
And one of the things I let me see the chart she put. I don't have it on here, but one of the things that she put on here is that basically viewership right now for like the first four races of 2020 compared, and then also 2021 is comparative to 2018 in a lot of ways. And I was looking at this chart here, and it is basically going in the same pattern once you take the Daytona 500 out, is going in the same pattern as the 2018 season, which it's just a little bit under that. But about the ratings from this week, I believe Xfinity was up, wasn't it? It was up again.
Mm-hmm. It's always going up.
Xfinity and trucks have been up most races this year, even ARCA, I think.
Yeah, which I think I attribute a lot of that to diehard fans not having practice and qualifying to tune into, and they're forced to watch the lower series, even though they're actually really damn good. So I hope this keeps up for the next few years.
That's a good hypothesis.
I didn't think about that one.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think that the Cup ones being down has to do with the Daytona 500 and Jimmy Johnson, a mix of that, as well as the fact that sports ratings overall are down. I don't want to milk this thing too much of like, oh, it's not as bad as we say it is. It's still bad. Because even if this isn't accurate, the thing about TV ratings that I think everyone needs to remember is that sponsors look at those numbers for how much they're going to pay.
Yeah.
So, word to the wise. If you don't want them to move the numbers back for sponsors so that they can have more money, make more people watch the race. Get your friends, your parents, your dog. We're talking about this.
Why do you have to move the numbers?
We're talking about that in a moment. But
move it forward.
If you do something, do that. But if get everybody to watch. I'm sorry. I'm in a place of my own right now.
You're right though about the TV ratings. Like the thing is, people like looking at a big, round, simple number that's easy to understand. And for a lot of people, even though they're, it's hard to take any sort of TV rating number at face value, but that is what people still base a lot of their decision making, and they base value off of that basic round TV number. Like I got some added information that suggests that just in general, besides all sports TV ratings being generally down over the last year, overall TV viewership has dropped even more. Like it's always been kind of steadily decreasing. People are dropping cable and stuff and moving to Netflix, but in the last year it has even more steeply declined. So less people in general are watching TV, but of the people that still choose to watch TV, a similar percentage as in previous years are watching NASCAR. So it's not all doom and gloom, but it's certainly not, as you said, Jared, it's not great. I hate dwelling on TV ratings because there's just so much more, nuanced information beneath that basic number that nobody really is able to dive into, and so it just makes it difficult to talk about.
I will say I'm gonna be very, very interested to see how the TV ratings do look in the second half of the year. Not because they're down right now, but I forgot who it was I saw talking about this. I think it was Pat McAfee. But there was another brilliant part that I had not thought of, and is 100% true, and I think all of us can be anecdotal evidence to this, is that since the pandemic has started and a lot more stuff has been going on at home, whether it's classes, work, meeting with family, stuff like that, people don't have the same structure that they used to with their patterns. And I'm wondering that as, knock on wood, we return more towards normalcy, and more of a pattern. Granted, things will probably never be the same again as they were in 2019. I do have to wonder if the TV ratings might have a late season surge, or at least kind of be on par with the last couple years instead of down 5 to 15% every week. I'm really interested in that. Who knows? Maybe it's 2022 that we have to wait for that. Maybe. The part that I am concerned, and why we do have to look at TV ratings, is that NASCAR has said, starting I believe in 2023, because I think they're waiting for the NFL to make their deal, they're going to work on the next TV deal for 2025 and beyond. And that's just what I'm interested in it, because there's going to be so many different probably buyers or different people that we've already heard about. I mean, CBS is putting their toes into racing right now with the SRX. ESPN has been rumored. It's been rumored since 2019. I mean,
yeah, that's been going back and forth with those rumors.
I mean, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But based on how they've been, but if it does, that's in the cards. And there's also stuff about streaming. There's a lot at stake right now that can build towards those negotiations going forward, and that's another reason. Sponsors and the TV networks obviously look at these. Like I said before, I don't want to downplay where we're at right now, but at the same time, I don't want to make it all doom and gloom either.
People ask on my videos, and I'm sure you guys have gotten this on your videos as well, why do you dwell on TV ratings so much? And think of it this way: no other major sport consistently makes decisions that are clearly after chasing TV ratings. Think about football, basketball, baseball. How often do you see them change something with their schedule where you're like,
outside of COVID and stuff.
Literally 2 weeks, NASCAR absolutely massacred one of their best racetracks, clearly in an attempt to appease Fox and boost TV ratings. I'm talking about Bristol Dirt, of course. In other words, no other major sport makes clear plays to try and boost TV ratings than NASCAR does. So that's why we have to talk about it, because NASCAR obviously cares about them.
I mean, really, if you think about it, like what we do on YouTube, hate to admit it, but we have to dwell on our view counts a little bit on on what certain subjects do on videos. So same thing applies to NASCAR. They got to dwell on what their ratings are.
How dare you address the problem? How dare you address the problem, guys?
This sucks, man. I really don't like strawberry lemonade.
Oh, I didn't know this was going to be a rowdy review, Eric.
It's been a year and it has not grown on me.
Well, we do got one more thing. If we got our TV ratings bonanza done to talk about here still, and that is, Darian, what are we gonna do for the last part here?
The poll, the famous Iceberg poll. We love it. Did you break a record this week or no?
No, unfortunately we didn't. Let me get the numbers set up here though, so we can compare this race. Compared to years past, we've had better rated ones. I can just say that. When it comes to positivity. When it comes to negativity, we'd have worse. So we got 12,000 votes, which puts it fourth all time as well as fourth this year. So there's that. And let me look right here. The ratings. I asked, what did you think about the 2021 Instacart 500? 6% of you thought this was a great race. 33% of you thought it was good. 53% said average. 6% said below average, and 3% said bad. So we had a net positivity of 39%, which puts this race all-time 62nd of 74 and ties it with the 2020 Pocono doubleheader race, the first one, I should say. Net negativity is tied for 29th place all time out of 74, I believe I said, with 9% net negativity, which ties it with last year's Homestead race, as well as 2019's summer race at Michigan and fall Las Vegas race.
But damn, tied with Pocono though? Damn, I'm surprised by that.
And then when we look at all time for Phoenix races on here, from what you at home voted, this race with a 39%, I believe I said, yes, 39% net positivity, ranks third of 4 for Phoenix races all time. The two races last year, the spring race got an 82%, and then the finale got 80%, and then the Phoenix fall race in 2019 got 26%. So we're much closer to that one. People were not crazy about this race. But looking at some of the comments here, the first one, Denny delivers. Never fails, man. Never fails. And it said, start at Phoenix be like. Then he has the words outside wall, and then like car all over the place. And then you have to go way, way, way down. Brad. And an inside wall.
Oh, yeah, Brad was sending it. That's right. We forgot to talk about that. Brad sent it there.
They screamed about that on the radio, because I had to listen to the first 30 laps on the radio. And I was like, they're like, Brad Keselowski down to the inside wall. And I'm like, guys, it's the start.
It got really low, though.
They liked it. Bryce Johnson here says, am I the only one who thinks average means bad without saying it's bad? It depends on how you look at it.
It's just okay. It's okay. That's what
I think it just means it's average. It means what it
just
says.
average. It is what it is.
Philip Richards puts, and man, I hope I don't have to stop reading halfway through this thing. Cody Ware makes dumb mistake and wrecks lapped car. Also Cody Ware. Damn lapped car. Noah Gregson. I feel ya. Truex. I would never complain about a lapped car. Kyle Busch. Expletive.
Dude, Truex complains when you just race him, it seems like sometimes. Like you want to race me? What?
Let's see what else we have here. I'm not going to read that one because I thought that was going to be good, but it got very inappropriate quickly.
It got dark. Yeah, some of these comments get really dark. Got to pay attention.
NASCAR Sam says NASCAR needs to be more consistent when it comes to throwing cautions. What, I mean, the non-caution for debris did surprise me because you clearly saw, I forgot, who was it off of?
I think it was off of Cole Custer, and it definitely hit Austin Dillon.
Yes. I love how Fox is like, nothing to see here.
Yeah, they showed that one time, like, oh, don't go back to that.
Don't go back to that. Don't go back to that, bro.
Let me scroll down a little more. We got tons of comments. Thank you all again. I'm not going to read that one either. That one looked good.
We need to vet these comments before we go live.
That's why we don't show them on the screen anymore. I have to read them off my phone.
I wondered why, yes. Smart.
I swallowed a penny, says. And it's funny because he has a droideka from Star Wars as his profile. It makes no sense. It says Joey Logano gets screwed on a restart and is being a Daniel Hemrick of the Cup Series this season as we've lost Eric. Where is Eric?
Is he being he's finished second twice this season, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop out of the Zoom call. Jarrett, let me back in a minute because y'all keep glitching on my end. But I know
okay.
it's on my end, so I'm gonna try to come back in.
Technical difficulties, but yeah, he's finished second twice this season. I believe so he is becoming.
This one's from 19 minutes ago. Jacob Davis, dingus.
That'd be another meme of mine now. You really haven't heard of that word since the 8th grade, though?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
NRF 18 says negative 18 out of 19. Irish Flags Matter says Truex is the first Cup champion to win this season. As here he comes back into the call.
Here he comes to save the day. Say something.
Oh my God, it's Eric Estepp.
The Andrew Meyer.
I'm back.
Hey, I'm back. Andrew Meyer says, drink cactus juice. It'll quench ya. Nothing's quenchier. It's the quenchiest. Avatar fans appreciate that. Let's see. Let's get to the bottom comment.
Oh, this is my favorite part of it.
Dirty D, and I saw he went after me on Twitter, man. No, this is the last one. He went after me on Twitter. It says Truex always wins the boring races, and I'm like, wait a minute, you went after me, and then you say that like that was average. I like everyone saying average. Okay, what is the last comment? Is it positive or negative? The commenter. The commenter.
The commenter.
Gatorade Cup Series X94.
I say negative. It's negative. It's got to be negative.
Cup Series, anything with the Cup Series at the end, we know that's negative. I did enough Cup Series type videos to know that it's going to be a negative one.
That's gonna be a negative. You kind of hinted it was a good one, Jarrett.
Good Lord, they ruined this track. Hashtag fire Steve Phelps. PJ1 is useless.
God, when was the last positive first comment?
Like a couple weeks ago, I think.
I
right?
like Fish Productions too. I can tell he went down to the bottom of it to get ahead of us here. Says y'all should add angry as an option. I should add hangry. But yeah. So that was the poll. And by the way, to all of you watching right now, be sure to lick that like button. We are currently knocking on the door of 500 viewers, so lick that like button, y'all.
Yay! Yeah, lick the like button, everybody. And with no guests too. Nice.
And
nice turnout.
We will be reading the super chats, I believe, right after
at the top of the hour, basically.
The lightning round. Yeah, there we go. We hit 500 on my end.
Nice.
So nice job, y'all. Keep telling people, and let's have some more fun as we go on to the next topic, which is another one that's probably going to be a downer for most people. NASCAR and the teams will not let moving the numbers back drop off the face of the earth. Eric, start us off, man. I personally, between you and I and the rest of the world and us,
it's just you and me here, Jerry. You can say whatever you want. But.
Now we can talk bad about them. No, I have a feeling this is going to happen as much as I don't want it to, and as much as I'm going to have in awe about it.
So lame.
But Eric, start us off, man. What are your thoughts?
My thing is, I just want the number to be large, and I don't want it to be warped by the wheel well or the fenders or anything like that. If they slide it back a foot and check my two very easy to check boxes,
Right.
I'll be honest, I don't care. I'm fine with it. Like that, it is what it is. I'm kind of excited to see. Think about all the. I've joked about this before on the show, but when I open my Twitter feed, I feel like I see more fake paint schemes than I see real paint schemes. There are a ton of impressive designers out there that are making really impressive paint schemes, really, really creative. So I'm confident that teams will be able to do something pretty cool with with this slightly altered format, if you will. So again, as long as they keep the numbers big and are not distorted, if they slide it back or forward, I'm fine with it. Again, as we've talked about on the show before, that doesn't solve the overarching problem NASCAR has facing sponsorship, but I don't think NASCAR fans, they're so damn stubborn, man. Like I get
sometimes, yeah.
But this is probably the most. Yeah. Now, if they put the numbers on the quarter panel or in the rear windows, if they do something like that, okay, I might be with you. I might lead the angry mob a little bit, but sliding them over to the side, it's just. Man, I don't know. The outrage. I can't always tell if people are like memeing or joking when they're outraged on.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes.
Moonhead.
I can't always tell if people are serious or not because it just doesn't seem like it should be that serious.
My problem is this shows two major problems in my opinion. One, NASCAR, like long grand scheme of things, this isn't going to change the racing, but this like you said, it's just. Doesn't change anything when it comes to attracting sponsors. I'm sorry, like I'm not sitting there being like, man, like I'm looking at this Mark Martin car here. I'm like, man, that Viagra logo is just a little bit bigger.
It needs more space.
Yeah, I'm like, man, now I know that in 50 years I'm gonna use Viagra. Like,
are you saying you want to make Viagra much bigger?
I just look at a car like this from from last year. Look at all that wasted space. Like that's where I come from. If they want to slide this 20 over to about here and avoid hitting this wheel well and getting warped, and then they can put a full logo there. The problem is there's so
Get
many
it.
cars these days that do not take advantage of the same. As much as I love that Bubba Wallace McDonald's car this week, they ran into the same problem. They could have put way more stuff right here, and they had a
I will say, looking at Truex's car from this weekend, they've been doing a better job by putting is it Rise, or is that how you say it? They've been putting that logo right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it looks really good. They're taking advantage of that space.
I just wish they left it alone, to be honest with you.
I do
just,
too.
I get why they're doing it, but I mean, I just don't think it's a long-term fix.
Either do what Gibbs is doing and put a sponsor there, or make a design that's so intricate like the 48 where you don't need anything there.
So
Yeah.
my like going back to what I was saying before, NASCAR right now has a problem of attracting sponsors, and they think that I think that them and the RTA, I mean, I think it's more of an RTA thing, to be completely real. But NASCAR is not doing any pushback on it. They think that having more space there is going to attract sponsors. Maybe it will the first couple years. Maybe it will. The problem is that it doesn't change. Oh, there goes Darian. It doesn't change. The major problem is that for the last 15 years, we've been losing sponsors left and right. I personally, and this is something that's going to sound alien and foreign and probably more out there than putting the numbers back more, I think that the goal should be is to make it cost effective so that sponsors aren't a necessity for every square inch of the car. Like, I would love to see NASCAR, and this is just in fairy tale land because this is never going to happen, but I would love to see NASCAR get to the point where you can have a car out there without a sponsor and design it to look good without a sponsor, and it's not going to end a team season. Where a Ryan Preece doesn't have to make the playoffs to run the whole season because he only has 24 sponsored races that allow him to race. That is, I think that's what NASCAR should be going for. But the big one, and I will not move back at all on this stance, is that this isn't, once again, where NASCAR's fans clearly tell them what they want. Clearly,
Nobody asked.
There is a clear, well, it's not even that. It's just that there's a clear overall agreement amongst a majority of the fans. Yes, there's a large portion that are fine moving it, and they don't listen.
But the thing is, they go off the data of the NASCAR Fan Council, and they can word surveys however they want it to make it.
To fit their little narrative, like, hey, we want change. No,
but I'm not even talking about that. Even like just that aside, you can clearly see. I mean, I tweeted something out about it. I tweeted something out about it, and again, this is all anecdotal, so this could all be proven to be not matter. But I will say, I tweeted something out about it, and like every other comment was tagging Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell, and it's like they're seeing it. Like, they're probably getting lit up on it. The thing that really sold me, though, that this is going to happen is that they had guys like Kenny Wallace and Dale Jr. and all of the media people come out.
Kissing ass.
Well, no,
dude.
and
Who had also originally, like, talked bad about it.
Yeah, and they came out and all this stuff about it, and like they're like I saw Dale Jr.'s Instagram story. It was like 20 different old style ones, and it was like, number looks good here, my sister drove it with this here, and I'm just like, and I'm like, dude, like, y'all put this, like, they couldn't even coordinate this to put it out at different times. These people put this stuff out all at the same time, within the same hour. I'm like, I see what you're doing.
I will say, what amazes me is that this number plate is actually really common in the world of, like, dirt late models. You know, they pay attention to a little bit of stuff happening in Bristol this week. It's really common, and it looks so good on them. But then, like, you look at how it was executed last year. Like, I was looking at the latest wave of NASCAR Phoenix, and Kyle Busch's car, so horrible how small that number was.
And then Truex's car was ugly. I didn't like Austin Dillon's.
So, I have some here. It might take a minute to pop up for you guys if you have the show on your phones or something. But I want to put it up here. So I can't remember I don't know how to pronounce this guy's last name. I apologize if he sees this. It's like, I think Bozy, like something. He's a journalist. Yeah, he's a really good journalist, and he got designs like that NASCAR plans with it.
He does some journalism. I think he also works in an IMSA pit crew.
Okay. then that makes more sense why he has so much, insider knowledge with all of it. But he put this, and I decided to do a little, 2-minute mock-up before the show and have it set up. So I'm going to have it on the screen right now over us. This is what NASCAR, from what it sounds like, well, that's not the right one. Well, yeah.
What did you just
it
put
is.
up on screen?
No,
yeah, the picture.
this is what NASCAR kind of wants, like a bit of a smaller number here, it's like the 8 with the bud, and the sponsor to be really big. I personally don't like it being up on the wheel well, being a lot smaller than the number would actually be. I will say, though, when you look at the next-gen car here, the thing about it that people need to realize is, the driver window is going to be longer, so you can move it back without it looking bad. And you can still have space for sponsors. It's going to definitely be a much different car. It looks like a smaller car. I think they said it's if it is, it's minuscule.
Oh yeah, like Bubba Wallace was testing all day at Richmond today, and I forgot it is a lot smaller than the Gen 6 car.
I'm looking at what you put up. I don't know if you've changed it, but the first thing you put up, because now the stream's
it's the same
first
one.
you
It's the
put
same one.
Yeah, this is, if they switch it to this, I'm 100% against it, because here's my problems. The sponsor logo is slightly bigger than the number, so it's they don't match. It's not
exactly.
Good. It bothers the OCD in me, a little bit. And then the biggest offense here, though, is that the 8 is clearly going to be warped by that rear wheel well.
Yes.
So, screw that. No, that's a terrible idea.
I did another version of it.
I like this one better.
I did another version of it, which I think can actually appease both sides here. I personally, if they moved it back like this, would be fine with it, and it's big enough for the sponsor. This is my proposal for it. You still have the big door number, and it can be a little smaller. It's not a direct science. It's not really on the wheel well, and the sponsor can clearly be seen, and it doesn't really wreck how the car looks. Now, you can probably make the top of the Bud line up with the top of the 8. Again, this was just a last-minute thing I did.
Very nicely done, Jarrett. Great Photoshop.
GG, good job. Now, Teresa is going to sue you in about 20 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no. If she didn't sue me for the video that has 2.3 million views, I think I'll be okay.
That's the straw that broke the camel's back.
But I think this would honestly be okay. Now, they can probably change the way that a skew would be. Some of the numbers lean back, which I think would actually help moving the numbers back closer to the wheel well personally, because they would be, they wouldn't lean on them. This is just a mock-up. I think that would be better personally.
It's better, but it's still awful to me. It's just still awful to me. But you know what? Hey, if they're going to go with this, then we might as well go with the less ugliest looking one. So that second one's better.
As long as it fits on the door where the driver, look at, if you can see in the car right here, the number, if you look directly over the number, the driver's head is right there.
Yeah. If it's like that, then fine, whatever.
Yeah,
so go tag Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell in this image right now. Go.
Yeah, go.
Not too late.
I will say, doing a quarter panel number would be really dumb, because there is not enough room. And
window.
If you
put it on the hood.
The shark fin.
The back window.
Put like a tiny number sticker on the center of the single lug nut, so it's just spinning around.
Well, the original one that I did. Oh, I just cut Danny's head off with the podcast logo here. Sorry.
I'm Mike Wazowski.
Mike Lazowski. The one I put,
the crying boo meme in the car.
the one that I put when this stuff first started getting talked about is I put the next gen car up, and I put an Extends logo all the way across the door, and and then a 37 for Conway that's inside the E of the Extend. I'm like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it right. We have to
do it.
Pure sponsorship representation. I can't speak tonight. But I will say, NASCAR does, as dumb as it probably will seem, and it probably is something that's not that big of a deal long term. NASCAR does need to listen to fans, because in my opinion, and I know this might sound kind of negative on it, but I think it's truthful here, is that NASCAR is not in the position to start bargaining stuff the fans want with them. They're just not. We finally stabilized. What you need to do is build before you're going to start doing stuff people don't
want.
Yeah,
let's get some stuff established long term, and then you can do what you want.
Go ahead, Eric.
I think they've built up a reputation over the last 10 or 15 years. You ask now, to be fair, I think you could say that about a fan of just about any sport. Like, oh, do you like Roger Goodell? No. Do you
Yeah.
like Rob Manfred? No. Do you like Adam Silver? Some people say yes, but a lot of people also say no.
Yeah,
You know, yeah, it's mixed. But so it's like, do you like NASCAR executives? Oh no, NASCAR never listens to what the fans want. You know,
No.
that is the basic, that's the
Yeah.
stereotype now. That's sort of just common knowledge among fan base. That's a common sentiment. So it's a stereotype that I think NASCAR should actively be trying to break. And over the last couple of years, especially in the Phelps O'Donnell era, I do feel like they've made efforts to do that. They've added road courses really suddenly. They're introducing a completely new car. You know, they are trying to make some of those changes. But then, yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one.
It's like
You're gonna
whenever
fall back into that trap of, oh, of course they did that. That's typical NASCAR. You know, is
It's
Brian
like-
France still in charge? You know,
it's like whenever they take like 2 steps forward, they always take like 5 steps back. It seems like.
Yeah, it's or in this case, it's like one and then back, one and then back. So at the end, they're still where they've always been, and they're just not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and-
So as long as they stabilize, then fine.
It's-
But like you gotta build yourself back up before you.
And I don't think that moving the numbers is going to be something that's going to, like, you know, a bunch of fans are going to stop watching as much.
I'm gonna stop
for
watching.
that reason, for that reason alone. But the thing is that NASCAR, I mean, when you look at any fan base of major sports leagues or even many major racing organizations, there has not really been a fan base that has watched its sport be basically overhauled multiple times the way that NASCAR fans have. And for a lot of people, that pisses them off. And I just don't want something that really, in the grand scheme of things, shouldn't matter, being that straw that does break the camel's back on it. And there goes Danny. Everyone's disappearing but me tonight.
Everyone's disappearing. Now it's your turn, Jared.
Nope. I'm the host. I
yeah,
can't
you
do.
can't.
I don't have that luxury. But I just that's where my worry is that it's like you might not see it now, but you might see it in diecast sales, for instance. Like, I know personally, I am much more. I'm fine with the old school ones much more than I am backside numbers. I think it's easier to design those ones. It's something that's purely a NASCAR thing. So I just think that you got to be careful. And if you're gonna do it, like, try my option. Do something that's not gonna be
Make
as
it
noticeable.
look good. Just make it look good at least. As long as it looks good and appealing, then fine. But if you're gonna make it like just cringeworthy,
And
then no way.
People are ripping on the designers for not designing
Yeah.
good cars, and I don't think that's fair, personally, because I think it's it's sponsors that are getting involved and being like, we want it this way. We want it this way. No,
Yeah,
you're not
no.
doing this right.
No, the fans' anger should be disgruntled towards, the sanctioning body and the sponsors in this case, not the designers. The designers are just doing their jobs, I mean, like, they only have so much to work with if, like, the number is going to be. And then you got to plop, like, a huge sponsor on the side of the car. It's a lot.
I don't like that we have, and it's the name of the game right now, which hopefully we can change this, or not we, NASCAR can change this with the new business model moving forward. But I've never liked the idea of corporate suits in corporate America, people who don't know a lick about racing or racing fans saying we
bigwigs.
want this to change. It's like, no, if the fans
who
want.
are you?
Like,
Yeah.
I get, so people were comparing this to a single lug. That one isn't comparable because a single lug, as much as we'll miss 5 lug nut pit stops, it's done for a safety reason. Like, there is an actual reason for this change.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue the single lug nut more directly is going to affect the way the competition actually plays out. I would say I honestly think you're more justified in being upset over the single lug nut because NASCAR didn't have to make the wheels bigger on the next gen car.
Well, they also made them out of aluminum to make it cheaper for the teams too.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true.
Full steel wheels, I think, are more expensive. I just don't like that something that doesn't need to be an issue has now been turned into an issue, and Pandora's box has been opened up for the fan base.
And it's just funny seeing like the people who were against it for a while now all of a sudden, hey, we love it. We're going to post it on our Instagram story. Like Junior really posted, it was like making a case for it on his Instagram story. Like, what is going on here? And then like, on his podcast too, he was talking about it. I'm like, no, man.
I did find that funny though. Yeah, I did find that funny. It's like, man, y'all couldn't have like coordinated to do this like staggered
at the same time. They're like, no, at the same time. Go.
It's like
go.
all in the same hour. It's just
You could have at least spread it out like every couple of hours but like, no, they were just like, no, post it now. Like,
yeah, that was something I found funny with it. But
yeah, it's funny. Hi, Danny. Welcome.
As Danny returns, I think I think we've covered pretty much all we can with this. We do have the mailbag question before we move on.
I look
If you
forward
guys
to
are
those.
if you guys are down, we'll read this one off. It's not all right. Let's do this one. It's from Blake the Man, as he said is how it is pronounced. It says, "Hey guys, love the show and all that you guys do. I've been watching since the Alan Bestwick episode. Nice, that was a fun episode. Here's my question: what is your least favorite paint scheme of all time, and what is your favorite? Thanks, from Blake."
Thanks, man.
My favorite paint scheme is Matt Kenseth's 2005 DeWalt cars. First time I saw in person, it's super clean. I love the black 17 on the yellow, this color yellow, basically. Gorgeous. Least favorite, I have to think.
Dale Jr.'s red Budweiser Chevrolet from I know 2005 was a bad year, but the way they painted it that year,
It
and
was
also
like a
they
blue
would
instead of black, wasn't it?
yeah, something like that. It was like a different shade, and I don't know, just I don't know. I love the 2005 edition of the red number 8 more than 2004. 2004 was a way better year, but yeah, that's obviously my favorite scheme. The worst would probably be, well, at the All-Star race when I saw a couple, to be honest with you. Those were some of the worst. But nah, I mean, I'd say probably the worst was probably Kyle Busch's 18. I mean, I don't know. I just say I couldn't get down with it. This is bad.
Which one?
The 18, Kyle Busch's 18
Bristol, the
M&Ms.
All-Star
Yeah, the
car?
All-Star race. Yeah, All-Star
okay.
race.
Man,
Yeah.
so you
But the
really
number
hate
was
the
on.
slip back numbers, because I didn't
I
think that
mean,
was that bad.
I don't know.
I thought that was
of
one of the more average
well,
ones.
I don't hate it, but some of these schemes I know now some of these schemes are really gonna look really ugly, and then some are gonna look really good. So
gosh.
we'll see.
Danny?
Worst one for me was actually William Byron's All-Star car. That one
was ugly.
That one looked bad.
Oh,
That one looked bad.
I'll give you that one. That one was pretty bad.
My favorite one, ironically, is the same number, Jeff Gordon's DuPont paint scheme from 2001 until 2008 was great, and it was so universal. It looked good on the Car of Tomorrow and the Gen 4. It was just great. It was perfection. The 2009 version was really great too, but that blue and red was iconic.
My favorite, as much as I want to be impartial with mine and say, probably the 8 from 03. Mine's always going to be 2012 Dale Jr. Batman scheme. Getting to see him win in person was always just, I mean, that moment's etched into my brain. I love it so much. So that car right there, if you told me you have one, you have to paint your car one paint scheme for the rest of your life, what is it? And pick it now, and that's what you have from the age of 23 on. I'd be like Dale Jr. Dark Knight Rises car. Least favorite? The zebra Kyle Busch Interstate Batteries car, the green zebra.
Oh yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah.
Who-
Didn't he win? He won in that too.
I don't
Seen
even
him
know.
winning that one in
He
person.
won a lot of races in that one.
It's so-
Unfortunately,
it's
he
so
also
ugly.
he also flipped in that one at Daytona.
That's what
Why
I
did they
remember
run
it
that?
for.
Who approved that? What was the concept?
Who
of it?
looked at the green lightning one that they used to have, or the Bobby Labonte schemes, and what would be really good?
A
We
zebra.
made a zebra, but it's green.
I always
Even
call it the
the-
candy cane scheme.
You know what looked better than the zebra one? Well, granted, the lightning bolt one always looked way better, but the one they had in between, where it had the metal peeling back on the hood, and you saw an actual battery on the hood. It was white, a little bit of a lightning bolt on the side. That one looked really good. And then they're like, you know what? Let's just go striping like crazy.
Zebra. We want the
What
zebra.
sound does a zebra make?
It probably neighs like a
Yeah.
horse.
Like a horse?
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
actually, I think it might be. Honestly, it might sound like a laughing.
It probably barks like a dog, and we just have no idea.
Well, did anyone else not give their least favorite?
No,
I didn't say mine, but I can't help but keep coming back to the damn Speedy Cash car. I hate that thing so much. Just such ugly colors, bright green and red, and those pathetic little flames that you can barely see at the back. Disgusting paint scheme.
Get your
God.
Speedy Cash. That's Speedy Cash.
Hey, wait, Eric, did you say a zebra might bark?
As a joke, but does it actually?
Well, I just looked up zebra sound. The first thing is zebra sounds and barking.
This is huge. We've made a discovery, folks. We're on the outback now, out in the
Zebras are
savannah.
evolving. They're evolving.
Well,
Oh yeah, it's legitimately barking. I'm listening to it now.
Whoa, that's big. Oh,
That is legitimately what it is. It sounds like a mix of a dog barking and a horse neigh. That's what it sounds like.
What the heck?
Oh man.
How do you
But-
even sound like that?
Getting back on track. I think that's about. I think that if we haven't any more that we have, do we have any more? If not, I think we pretty much covered.
We
Nope.
got it.
That's
Also,
it.
Absolutely.
if you hear a clicking, that is the UFO trying to take off. So I don't know what's up with it. I don't know. It just keeps going, man.
Is it gonna DNF for the stream, perhaps?
I don't know.
DNF?
I'm gonna move it a little back from the mic though, but it's still on screen. But we're about to go to the lightning round. But before we do that, we need to thank our sponsor, Lionel. Does everyone have a diecast here that we can show off?
I showed mine earlier to make a point, but yes.
Ooh. Greg
I have a
Ghost,
Sam
baby.
Bass tribute
Ooh,
card.
I like that one.
Even comes with his card too. Even got his own personal cards. That's what's up.
Got the
I like
old
that.
2008 Grey Ghost. But yes, Lionel is sponsored. Oh, thanks. Lionel, I'm not going to drop the UFO, I swear. But Lionel is sponsoring this segment with the lightning round. You can order your new 2021 diecasts of any of the drivers that you want on LionelRacing.com. I believe, weren't they on Gregson's car last year in the Roval? I think I asked this before, but
I think so.
I
They
gotta
were.
remember. They
Yeah, they
were.
Maybe.
Yes.
Great
And
race.
there's going to be plenty of paint schemes. There might be ones with the numbers slid back, Who knows? So
You
if you
never
want some
know.
of those, you can get them there. But we just want to thank them for supporting the NASCAR Weekly Podcast and the Out of the Groove Podcast Network, where you can watch or listen to this podcast, as well as a few others that are pretty good. But
Yeah.
Darian, what time is it? I'm hearing something in the distance.
Ooh, I'm hearing some
His
noise.
mic already cut out with that.
It's the lightning round on the NASCAR Weekly Podcast. That was my clump of rubber I was
as-
floating in the background.
As it is actually legitimately storming pretty hard here now.
Oh, perfect time.
Yeah, I hope you all are stay safe, man.
Yeah, stay safe. Jared, do your thing. What's on tap?
All right, we got the lightning round tonight. Let me scroll up to this baby.
Y'all
Here
hear
we
that?
go. Oh my God!
Yeah, it's barking. It's really barking.
Oh, that's that.
It's yipping like a terrier.
Yep.
Oh,
Anyway.
God.
This is from Jenna Fryer. Zoom interviews from motor coaches and passenger cars are no longer allowed. Thank you very much, Noah Gregson and Brad Keselowski.
And the time Corey LaJoy called into our show.
Yeah.
That might have been strike one.
NASCAR has hired Eric Ryan as the VP of Communications. He has previously worked at Nike, NYSE. I can't remember. Is that like New York Stock Exchange?
Maybe.
And
What's a stock market?
and AT&T. He will report to the Chief Communications and Social Responsibility Officer, Eric Nyquist. This is according to Bob Pockrass.
NyQuil?
Nyquist.
Oh,
Nyquist.
Nyquist. Chase Elliott will be, has he already? When are the Bristol Dirt Nationals? They this week right now?
I think they started yesterday, technically. I don't know. I saw Austin Dillon won something, I guess. He was in victory lane for some reason, but I don't know what he won.
Well, Chase Elliott is running or has ran in them, depending
Nice.
on when you hear this. Marcus Lemonis is offering $20,000 to the best created Camping World schemes. Moonhead better win, please.
Or lefty,
Oh,
or
gosh.
lefty too.
No,
One of those two.
Moonhead with the happy camper.
This track is designed to sweep
think-
the competition.
I think just for the creativity, Moonhead deserves like the cheapest pull behind trailer that can
Give him $5,000, bro. Give him $5,000, and he can invest it in his iRacing broadcast. They're awesome.
oh
Moon
no.
car is where it's at.
And now he's back in the dog.
As all, every time I had to sneeze. I didn't want y'all to see that.
Yeah, no problem, man. Talladega Spring Xfinity race will be called the is that AG Pro or Ag Pro 300? This
Probably
is-
Ag Pro.
I don't know,
don't
man.
know.
These names are always crazy.
It's no call 811 before you dig, but it'll do, I guess.
Jessica Friesen is going to be running the Bristol Dirt Truck Race. Which
That's cool.
Is what the second time?
Or
The second. Oh, go ahead.
I guess she's attempting to.
Yeah,
run.
she's attempting to run it. She's not locked in yet, so it's the second couple that'll be racing.
Well, I'm gonna stay
the second
positive.
married
and-
couple.
I'm gonna stay positive and say they are.
Yeah. So like they're gonna attempt to be the second since Patty Mosey and Elton
Moise?
Sawyer. Yeah. Moise.
Moist.
Moise.
Mosey.
Patty Mosey, everybody.
Mosey. Okay. Wait, so it's not Mosey. How do you say her last name?
Patty Moise.
Moise.
I don't know.
Moise.
I don't
Moise.
know. Moise.
In bad news here, NASCAR laid off 5% of their employees last week, according to Adam Stern. This was planned for a while now. Hopefully that they can find some new
Yeah,
jobs
hopefully they
soon,
can get
though.
back on their feet. Yeah, you don't want to see anyone lose jobs.
Looks like Shaq and Bubba might be teaming up for something, according to Shaq's Twitter.
But then again, Shaq is doing everything. He's wrestling now, you know.
Shaq does it all, bro.
Yo, Shaq, video games, movies, wrestling. He's been at races before, dude.
Hot.
Shaq is ever. He's on your TV.
The
He's
general.
in your closet, man.
The
He's
general. If you need a low rate, that can stay on
No
my-
rim is safe.
I swear, I saw something on Twitter this week, and it made me laugh so hard. It said, Shaq been doing commercials left and right like he's desperate for cash.
He wants more money. He's a smart businessman. What can I say?
He's always in demand. Keep yourself relevant.
And some happy news here. Congratulations to Ryan Sieg. He tied the knot with his now wife on March 5th, according to his Instagram. So
Oh, nice.
that's awesome. I think they wanted it to remain a private event.
We weren't invited. Couldn't do a live show from the altar. Damn.
At least Danny invited us to his wedding, which
know, right?
looking back was actually a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Whoever
was
the next
awesome.
one of us is to get married, we're doing a live show at the
live
some part of
stream.
the ceremony.
This,
You may now kiss the bride, and it's the lightning round.
What if it's me? It's like, you may kiss the bride, and it's like, and it's a lightning.
Just yell straight in her face.
The whoever it is like doing the ceremony, he says, and you may now kiss the bride.
And Jared, get on into it.
Whoa.
Speaking of get on into it, this next one is very controversial for some.
Martinsville is removing 5 square feet of curb grass.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Okay.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
really like
I am
that grass.
super serial.
Dude, what the hell? Twitter is so... Y'all are insane. Y'all are loony. It is just a patch of grass. Who cares?
Oh, I will try and be devil's advocate here, but it's gonna be hard. I know some people are like, I hate these parking lot tracks where there's nothing but just the pavement, but it's like, it's a racetrack. What the hell do you expect to see there?
Dude, and it's like a little patch. Bro, you're sitting on the straightaway. You barely see it
There's
anyway.
literally only one track in the sport that has no grass inside of it. That's Bristol.
Not now. Martinsville's
Well,
coming.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix, I think,
God.
does.
Like,
Doesn't.
I don't
Is
care.
there grass
bro.
in turn 3? Or maybe turn 1?
If Martinsville said we're not selling the hot dogs anymore, then
Oh,
yeah,
then that-
I
yeah,
would've-
that-
Yeah,
that's
that's-
over. Then yeah, that's a reason to be pissed
But-
off. Grass, let's settle down here. Let's relax.
But
just-
I don't. After really not having fans really at all last year, I don't think Martinsville can afford to not sell hot dogs.
Yeah.
Man, if you could do special order like during the race, or like before the race, be like, hey, by Martinsville Sunday, can you send me like 60 Martinsville hot dogs? It'll be like $120. Deal.
Like,
Bro, I
for-
still need to
like,
try one, bro. I
Just
haven't tried one.
just for
That's great.
just for Martinsville weekend, they should somehow set it up where you can get Martinsville hot dogs door dashed.
Yeah, or like just Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever. Just like send it over like to the house.
I'll tell you what.
Thing.
I'll tell you what though. Those things will last in your damn stomach for 20 years.
Really? Oh,
It's like
No
okay.
expiration date.
Dude, it's
So
like,
I can just eat 2 and I'll be good the whole day.
man,
Let's
no.
go.
I'll tell you.
You'll want to eat way more than 2.
I was walking around at school because I went when I was in 2015 when I was still in high school, and I came to school that next Tuesday because my parents were cool enough to let me miss the Friday before and the Monday after. And I came to school that Tuesday, and man, it felt like I had rocks in my stomach. It was-
God.
Ooh, don't get me wrong, it was worth it, and I would go through it all again, and I will. But man, in the moment, I was like, oh. They're like, Jarrett, pay attention. I'm like, I can't. It's like,
Martinsville did this.
I'm like, they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm both growing a tail and reenacting Alien.
Oh my
I'm
God.
being aware of my surroundings.
Graphic, not you say. All I know is NASCAR races on asphalt, concrete, dirt. We need a grass track, and I volunteer. We hate the Brickyard 400, the oval layout. Let's run the golf course layout at the Brickyard.
Well, you know what?
Hey, we're running the road course. There you go.
And if we have a grass track, we should have Afro Man be the Grand Marshal. Back to the
Trophies
lightning
at
round.
Chipette.
Back to the lightning round. There's a rumor spread by Bob Levine. He has said he's talked to members of Gaunt Brothers and that Ty Dillon would be racing for them at Dirt Bristol. Man, there's Dirt Bristol's getting so like propped
Dude,
up.
I think it's gonna be like real. It might be a shit show, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect, man. This is
I don't know.
so many different drivers.
I'm really happy I'm going.
Yeah,
I know, like now that I look back, I kind of regret
I
not
shoulda
getting
went,
ticket.
but-
Yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't sure at the time. I'm like,
I'm going out of town the next week.
Honestly, I don't know if they're gonna do it the next year. I don't know.
Yeah,
if they're gonna do it.
yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
heard anything yet. Yeah, we'll see. This might be a one-time deal, so you're
Oh,
lucky, Dan.
we still got a lot to go through, so let's roll through these real quick. Sonoma Raceway has announced a goal to have fans to attend races in June. And speaking of this, another thing to bring up with this, I've talked to a few people in the media from California, and they're opening, I believe, in April to 10%, which is definitely going to go up by the summer, I would think. States all across the country are reopening right now as vaccinations go up, so fingers crossed for Sonoma fans out there. This one was weird. During the race on Sunday with about 40 to go, the SRX car was released on track
What
on
a
social
perfect
media.
time to release it, right?
That's like one of those, we're not really your competition.
I know. We were talking about that. I mean, the car sounded nice. I liked it. I mean, the way it sounded.
I just want to
Get
see
a
how it
truck series
races.
engine with a little more horsepower.
Pretty
yeah,
much.
but hopefully it races well on these short tracks though.
Martin Truex Jr. This is funny. This actually got leaked, like in the presser on Sunday. Auto Owners tweeted it out that Truex is going to be racing for KBM for the truck race at Bristol Dirt, and Truex is in there. And I think it was Jenna Fryer that brought it up, and they were asking, and he's like, "What? They spilled the beans?" He's like, "Man, I wanted to announce that one. Yeah, we're racing at the truck race. Kyle said I have a free truck."
It actually had been leaked sooner than that. I think I talked about this an episode or two ago because Auto Owners had put an Instagram post out and then deleted it because they revealed the schedule of races they'd be on the car. So they'll be on his car at Dirt Bristol Cup and Dirt Bristol Truck, and they put that into what they put on Instagram, and then quickly realized, oh crap,
You
we just
off
leaked that.
yourselves. Sometimes you off yourself. Sometimes that's what happens.
Bubba Wallace tested the next gen car at Richmond yesterday and today. There really wasn't much that the public has learned about it, other than it
It can
sounds
go
like
around.
The car turns
And-
left.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looked like a pretty normal Richmond lap. What I saw.
The sound of the car, though, and David Land tweeted this, and I'd have to agree, reminds me of the IRL in the 1990s when they first started. Like, just like the sound of the car sounded a lot similar to theirs. And like watching older races today, I was like, yeah, I could agree.
At the short track, to me, like with the footage from Richmond, it sounded like an actual like muscle car that they have today.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of variations to what it sounds like, but I mean, it sounds good to me. I like it.
Sponsorship news here. Sirius XM will be sponsoring Christopher Bell for 4 races this season, according to Joe Gibbs Racing, which I don't think is much a surprise.
Nice game.
Yeah, Austin Cindric will be making his second Cup start this weekend at Atlanta, as there are only 39 cars who are in the entry list. Tubi, is that like a TV thing? I don't know. Tubi will join CGR as a sponsor at Atlanta and Richmond for the number 1 and number 42 teams.
I think that is a TV thing or something.
It sounds like it would be.
Yeah, Tubi.
Tubi!
At least it's not Quibi. We're talking about them last week.
Yeah, no, freaking dead. How much did they invest in there? Like $4 billion.
LeBron James now technically is a NASCAR owner, as he is owning a partnership stake in Fenway Sports Group, according to Bleacher Report. So that's pretty cool.
LeBron James.
James.
Bad thing is, I don't even think it was like trying to copy Michael or anything. I don't know.
It just came with it.
Honestly, I bet he might have even overlooked the fact he'd be owning
Yeah.
everything.
Now, if LeBron James somehow brings, if he somehow revives Roush Fenway Racing to their early 2000s dominance, this is truly some sort of mind sim we're in, because this is like not real. But I doubt it. He's like just one of the other purchases, and this came with it. So.
Oh crap! There it went. There it went. Now it's back. NASCAR officially has suspended Brad Keselowski's crew chief, Jeremy Bullins, and Suarez's crew chief, Travis Mack, for having 2 loose or missing lug nuts after the Phoenix race, that's according to Bob Pockrass. So that's going to be something to factor in for picks later tonight. Stuart Friesen. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. Thank God for the single lug nut, so I don't have to hear about others getting suspended for. Like,
No, because they'll just fly off the damn car.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's like, yep, that's what happens. Like, oh, we all saw it.
Stuart Friesen is making news again as he is slated to attempt to make his first career Cup start at Dirt Bristol in the number 77 Spire car. This according to Bob Pockrass. Overton's will be sponsoring the 3 Nice trucks at Atlanta.
I think a few more.
Yeah, I think a few more, but that was the one that broke.
What's an
first.
Overton? The grocery store?
I think it was the one that sponsored
it's-
Chicagoland. I don't know
it's
who
one-
it is.
It's one of the
Wow.
other brands that Marcus Lemonis owns. Hold on, let me look.
Okay.
Damn, how many things does this dude own?
Well,
Camping World and.
Well, while you do this, let's get through the last 4 things on the lightning round tonight. Kansas will officially be the Bushy McBush Race 400, which is definitely not like the other ones I saw that were much more inappropriate.
What was your suggestion, Jared? What was your
Well,
submission?
it was the one that I
got
found.
you banned?
No, it
Or
was the one.
blocked?
It was the one I found. It was the one I found.
Okay,
Wink,
I
wink.
thought you.
No, but what I found though, it said, what was it, the Granny's Big Bush 400? I was like, yeah, that's a 4chan one. Auto Trader signs a multi-year extension with Penske, according to Penske. And then the last
You
two
never
here.
trust them.
the
Straight from the source.
The last 2 here, one good, one bad. So we'll start with the good here. Congratulations to a friend of the show, Jeff Gluck, and the Glucks overall, as they have had the birth of their daughter, Kaya Rose Gluck.
Yeah.
That's a cute name right there.
Yeah.
It is.
ARG.
So congratulations to the Glucks. I see that. I saw Jeff Gluck put a TikTok out recently, and it's that one
That's
where
on
like,
TikTok.
yes, he is.
Yeah, he's
and
on TikTok,
and the
yeah.
dude
Who the
was-
hell
he's
else is
on-
on TikTok?
Everyone, man.
Everybody.
Hey,
All right.
before we go to the last thing of lightning round, I want to say Overton's is actually something that I should probably look into because they are a boating accessory store.
Not even close to a grocery store. Then never.
Oh my
mind.
God,
Yeah,
my
not happy
dad,
with that,
my
Chad.
my dad just sent me because he found his old phone, and it's a picture of 17. No, I would have been 18 at this point because it was my birthday. Of 18-year-old me eating my first Martinsville hot dog, and I don't know why, but I look older in this picture than I do now.
Can we see the photo?
Hold on, I have a dirty
It's so,
phone.
it's so glary.
You don't look older. What are you
No,
talking
you
about?
You look like Austin Cindric.
You look young as crap without
No,
the beard.
no,
Austin
no,
Cindric?
It looks like
no.
Austin
Hold on.
Cindric.
The thing you don't realize because it doesn't come through the camera is that I have like a bunch of stubble on my face that doesn't show up on this camera, and I
Just
have
like Austin
and I and I have wrinkles all over like because of eating it, and I just this looks so damn weird to see. I've not seen this picture in 6 years.
Dude, when I was
Hot dog
dude,
still in your guts, Jared.
It's still
saw-
turning.
I saw a picture, dude. I saw a picture of me recently from like 2018. I was so fat back then. Oh my god,
What?
It was crazy, dude. I was big. I was a whole lot bigger
Okay,
in 2018 than now.
I'm not small by any means. I'm not fat. I'm not small by any means though. But I see a picture of me from high school when I was in high school fishing. My face was so much more round back then.
Oh, yeah.
The true
sorry.
moon head. That was
That's bad.
baby Danny.
All right, let's finish this off. PSA to any podcasters out there or anyone who wants to say something stupid here. Mike Joy deserves all the respect in the damn world and has done more for the sport than most people ever will do.
Yeah,
So don't
what
be
the
a
hell?
dumbass and say stupid stuff about him. Respect
Yeah,
Mike
What's
Joy.
What's this in relation to?
Yeah, tell him, man.
I mean, I know. I just want to make sure everyone else is caught
Yeah,
up to
yeah.
speed.
Door
Tell
bump.
him,
Some of the wonderful people at Door Bumper Clear decided to say that Mike Joy doesn't know bleep, and that he's completely full of bleep, and saying how he doesn't understand anything about the like rich kids getting in. And I'm like,
Get with it, guys. Get
and you know
the
what?
F
Much
outta
respect
here.
to Mike Joy. He's actually going on their show with them for that.
Yeah, and he's gonna
their
make
trap.
Well,
No,
no,
he's gonna slap 'em.
He's gonna make them look like fools on their show.
I don't think
guarantee
he
you.
will.
Yeah, I think
No,
he will.
I think
He'll
he's
have
too
the upper
professional.
hand.
He's too professional. He shouldn't have fallen into the trap.
Yeah, probably not.
But
And,
I actually listened to the clip. I don't think it was as bad as it was made out to sound.
It's
I
more
think
the tweeting, too.
I think the
Yes.
tweeting back and forth was a little obnoxious. But Mike Joy made the comment a couple weeks ago, kind of a vague comment saying that they're kids who grew up with rich parents who need to respect the roots of the sport and understand that it doesn't revolve around them, et cetera, et cetera. It was clearly a direct shot at Noah Gragson, but he didn't name him. Door Bumper Clear called him out for that, and then when Mike Joy continued to say that, like, oh no, I was just talking about a few drivers, no one specifically. That's when they called him full of what. And I'll say, Mike Joy should have called Noah Gragson out by name. He shouldn't be afraid to do that. But at the same time, I think the Door Bumper Clear guys didn't handle it well.
Wow, that's not shocking. But yeah, that was the lightning round. So Darren, do you have something you say to this part? I can't remember.
And that'll do it for another edition of the Lightning Round.
Of the Lightning
NASCAR
Round.
Weekly Podcast. And now, back to the show.
I'm trying to find something up on here for later in the show, but I can't figure out this thing because the website is so glitchy. But next is actually Super Chats. So let's get to those. Get back to that tab. A lot of people left a lot of Super Chats, so I thank you guys for your generosity. You guys are freaking awesome. As I do that, I finally find it. So Super Chats here. Thank you, Dislocation _ for the $24.99. Damn, man. Thank you. Very generous tonight. Thank you. Sorry I've been gone for a while. Had shoulder surgery on my left shoulder again. Anyway, rando question. Godzilla versus Kong, who is going to win? Also, Harvick's going to win in Atlanta. I will say, best of luck with your recovery, man. I know that
get better.
surgeries suck. So best of luck with that, man. As for Godzilla versus Kong,
Godzilla. He does the. That's what he sounds like.
you can't play that. By the way, if anyone's gonna find
Do it again.
That needs to be a soundboard.
Dude, I need to screenshot that for my new Zoom background.
That's what he sounds like, though, don't he? He's always like shooting fire out of his mouth and stuff, and doing the damn, he's crazy.
But yeah, you're telling me that a giant monkey's gonna beat a radioactive lizard? BS.
Nah.
But I can't wait. I can't wait to see that, man. I've heard rumors. My brother's talked to me about it that there possibly could be Mecha Godzilla in it, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going full Godzilla nerd here. I gotta get back on track.
I watched the second one, King of the Monsters, on my flight from Daytona, so it's pretty good.
Last thing I'll say about it, it is so cool to see these old. Because I'll admit, Godzilla movies are cheesy. Like, I mean, every Godzilla fan has to admit that.
Oh yeah, the old ones. The new ones are a lot cooler because they can do better CGI with it.
But they still use the original sounds, and that's what's so cool.
But
Like
that's perfect, though.
When King Ghidorah got on screen and I heard that sound, I had chills like running down my arm, goosebumps everywhere. Same with Godzilla, same with Rodan, same with Mothra. We gotta stop this.
What is going on?
Dude, we're geeking out over Godzilla.
I will say
nerds,
this.
Eric.
Well, I love America. America has lost on this one when it comes to movie monsters. Japan has won, and they always will be number one with Godzilla. Whether it's King Kong, the Cloverfield monster, I don't know, McDonald's, menus. Our monsters will never be as good. I mean, let's be real. McDonald's has probably caused a lot more casualties in the U.S. than King Kong or Godzilla ever could.
What is the statement?
It's basically Japan has the upper hand against us when it comes to movie monsters.
King Kong versus the Big Mac coming to a
King Kong versus diabetes. I got Danny. Anyway, thank you for that good super chat. I love that. That was pretty funny.
Awesome.
That's pretty
now
cool.
move along faster.
Nicholas Gray, thank you for the $5 super chat. Truck race at Bristol on Friday will be a great event. Should we give the trophy now to Larson? That race is loaded with Cup drivers. I'm not gonna say anything until the checkered flag flies.
I don't think it's cut and dry. It's not cut and dry.
To clarify, the truck race is on Saturday, not Friday.
Saturday. Yeah. NRF18, thank you for the $1.99. Says awesome sauce is not awesome. Probably talking about PJ1. Andrew Meyer, thank you for the $5. Says, what are some new 2021 paint schemes that have stood out to y'all so far? For me, it's been Bowman's Ally Primary and Bubba's McDonald's car. I think those are good.
Yeah, Bubba's McDonald's car. That was one of the best McDonald's schemes ever. And then another one. I mean, I like Bell's 20. I like the.
What am I missing? I'm up.
The face. Why is my one eye just like that?
Yeah, I just
I made the face. I know I made the face.
You made the face.
But yeah, but Bell's 20 scheme, DeWalt scheme, I like that too.
I agree with basically all of those.
I'll be real, and I don't know why, but I as much as I miss contingencies, I actually do like the cars that have no contingencies on them. And Truex's car without a sponsor in front of the number, to me, I don't know why, it just looks clean. I love it. I know this is kind of a carryover from last year, but it just looks so good to me. So that one. This one from the gun has for $5 doesn't have a comment on it, but I got a text from this person asking, how is the weather down there, Danny? Worried about you.
Let's see how the weather is looking, actually.
The lightning round
Look out
part
the
2.
window.
The lightning round part 2.
We've got a strong line of showers about to come in. There's no lightning bolts that I can see except for down in like Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I think it's gonna be okay here. It looks like just a bunch of strong rain, more or less.
Okay, that's good.
Oh man, we do have a lot of them. Where's the one I stopped off on? Okay, here we are. Hunter Cooper, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, hey, this is my first super chat. And Eric, you probably have long forgot about me, but I'm the same person that asked about Dale Jarrett, the Dale Jarrett diecast in 2019.
Do you remember that?
Do you remember?
Dale Jarrett diecast in 20. Do I have it? I don't know that I own a Dale Jarrett diecast.
Well,
I do. I know I have like a 164, but I don't know if I've seen it in years.
Well, while we leave you in thought with that one, we'll go to the next one. Jacob Stu, thank you for the $1.99. Says, I now have Wednesdays off, so no more call-offs. Nice, man.
Hey,
I'm so glad he doesn't have to miss out on a shift.
nice.
Yeah, I actually kind of felt bad about that. Like, as cool as an honor, and much of an honor as it was. Bush Brothers fan for $2 says, hi. That's
Hi.
it.
Hey,
Hi. Yep.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Ryan Moore for $2 says, how about those Rockets, Eric?
They're so bad. They are
hey.
so terrible.
Christian Wood's coming back this week. They're gonna win their next
You're
20
11.
games.
You are 11-30, I think, or something.
They've
Y'all
lost
are terrible.
17 games in a row.
Damn.
Yeah, and ever
Y'all
since they
suck.
traded Boogie Cousins, ever since.
And I saw right before we went live, they
Respected
traded PJ Tucker. So yeah, baby, we're tanking. Woohoo.
Thank you.
hey, Eric, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what?
Can you put that picture of Darian back up?
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I gotta go find it.
Well, while you do that, Barbara Smith, thank you for the $5. Says, NASCAR started out as moonshiners outrunning the revenuers. Where is my cheating?
Okay, you ready for it?
I'm ready. No, that's copyrighted.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's copyrighted by Toho.
Oh, okay. Well,
He didn't pick it up. He didn't pick it up.
We only did like 5 seconds of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool to see it after, though.
Now he's going
What the?
through
What the?
all the pictures like last time.
Yay!
Okay, keep going.
Well, see, the thing is I have to be on a different tab, so I can't see what you're doing until 10 minutes later. So if you're doing it of me, tell me. So here's what we got here. A few more. Urban Alvarado, thank you for the $10 super chat. Says, NASCAR will only move the numbers back by 0.000001 to the right. NASCAR fans rushes to headquarters in Daytona. Why do we feel shaking all of a sudden? Sees crowd. Uh-oh. Ryan Moore, thank you for the $5. Says, the number controversy seems like Brian France all over again, just as bad as the COD. I love the differences of it. That's funny. Burnout Network, thank you for the $10 super chat. On future schedules, do you think or do you wish that the lower series would follow the Cup schedule more or less? Meaning
Less.
more races at the track on the weekends, but less meaning tracks. Yeah. So
Less. I'd rather them go back to the way they had it in the late 90s to early 2000s. The Busch Series was, at that time was like its own identity. You know, tracks like South Boston, you know, those types of deals, Nazareth, you know, tracks that the Cup Series would never visit, Myrtle Beach too. So I hope they go back to that sort of parity in terms of the schedule.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
He agrees. He agrees.
Yeah, I don't know.
Danny?
I'm looking up copyright rules for gun.
Well, anyway, I'll get my take here on it. I think I always thought this. We should split it up per month and have one triple header per month, and then a few here or there that are like doubles, like whether it's truck and Xfinity and Cup, truck and Cup, and then like one where it's just standalone, everyone's standalone event everywhere else. Now, cost efficiency probably will have to be factored in with that, but I think if in a perfect world, that'd be a nice way to kind of even it out. We got 3 more here, so let's roll through these babies. And thank you for the 500 people watching. Click that like button.
Click the like button.
Josh, well, hey Josh, thank you for the $5, man. Says I can't follow sports without the players being individually numbered in large print. Like, what the F is a Chase Briscoe? It's it's the identity, man.
Yeah.
Like I think that's just
That's
the
a
big
part
thing.
of it.
Paint schemes change every week, so the number has to be recognizable these days.
Yeah.
And I saw people being like, well, what about the fabulous Hudson Hornet? That wasn't on the door. And it's like, okay, so yeah, there's
What?
Like, let's be real. Other than having cars on a track, there's nothing that is like the same from 1949 of NASCAR. Like,
Look at that
If that's your-
disgusting quarter panel number.
If the Hudson Hornet is your argument for why why the number should change, I don't know. That's sad.
that's a pretty bad argument.
Yeah.
Walker-
The Hudson Hornet ran it. Ugh.
Ciao.
I saw somebody using Lightning McQueen as a legitimate reason for it, and I'm like, no.
Hey, look at what this dude did. Look at the roof numbers back from back in the day. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Like 4 different numbers.
We got another super chat that came in here, so let's get these done here. Is it Walker Hound next? Yeah, with all the chatter of what NASCAR tracks should be added into the future, which ones would you not want NASCAR to add onto the schedule? think
Damn,
any
a track I don't want added on the schedule. I don't know. There's not really one that comes to mind. I know a lot of tracks I want to add on the schedule, but not to add. I don't know.
I'll add one right here because this track. Oh, I swear that the account to save this track is going to come after me after saying this, but North Wilkesboro isn't coming back.
Yeah, it's not coming back, ladies and gentlemen. That is dead. It's been dead for years.
Listen,
Just accept.
The debate has been strong over the last few weeks of, if they're going to save Nashville, why can't they save Norfolk? Nashville is a freaking huge metropolitan area with an economy that can definitely support this. What in the world does North Wilkesboro have to offer right now? That's all I got to ask.
They what are they known for? What is North Wilkesboro known for besides the abandoned
Racing.
track? That's it.
That's what it's known
They
for.
need their own hot dog.
I mean, I feel bad. I would love if it happens. I will eat my words right now. Put it in a compilation of people saying it won't happen. But I mean, the track.
It hasn't.
There is a reason they restored it in iRacing and did it to the best that they could, because I think sadly that's the only way you get to keep it.
It floods every time the snow melts. The track floods. And then I saw somebody like, well, it used to do that before it closed, and I'm like, that's not good.
Who cares? That's probably one of the reasons they're like, hey, can we get out of here?
You're literally bragging about not having proper filtration at a racetrack. That's not a way to get your track back.
It did it while they were racing there, but
that is an entirely different I don't know, drainage system. That's a huge cost as it is, then let alone everything else.
And by the way, I love North Wilkesboro. I play it all the time on iRacing. I stream it on, or no, not
NR
iRacing.
2003.
NR 2003.
I was gonna say, when did you get iRacing?
No, not on iRacing. Not yet. Maybe, I don't know. But NR 2003 and all that stuff, and that's the closest the Cup Series will ever get to North Wilkesboro. So download it on NR 2003, and you can have the Cup Series cars from 2021 race on there and say, hey, the Cup Series is back.
We gotta get these last couple super chats done though. Nicholas Gray, thank you for the $2. Says, get your Bristol dirt from Speedway Charity. Yes, that's a reminder. You can actually get Bristol dirt.
Dirt.
I can probably just get some for free because I think I saw it the bottom. It's pretty much all dirt scattered on the walkway area.
Bake the Snake, thank you for the $5. Says Myrtle Beach Speedway is dead. The
yeah,
grandstands
yeah.
are. Didn't the track not get torn down yet?
Yeah,
because
the
some
track's not torn
technicality?
down though.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
It got COVID
COVID
stopped
delayed
it.
it.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you, Danny.
Levi
Allergic
Jones.
Sorry,
allergic to bad business decisions.
no, allergic to my cat who's trying to bite me because he wants attention.
Hey,
Oh,
Shugs. Levi Jones, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Great stuff as always. Well, thank you. And if you leave any more super chats for the end of the show, we'll read them at the end of it after picks. So
This is a long show. Goodness gracious. We
Well,
haven't
we
even
have
gotten to thank our second sponsor yet. Is it now a good time to do that?
I think so, Eric. I think it is.
Forney Industries, Forney. That's Forney Industries. Forney offers a full line of welding and plasma cutting machines and accessories, everything you need for any large metalworking project. Great for do-it-yourselfers all the way to professional metalworkers. Forney has everything you need for your next massive project. So head on over to Forney IND. That's Forney IND, the letters short for industry.com, or check them out at an authorized Forney dealer near you. Proud supporters of the Out of the Groove Podcast Network and the NASCAR Weekly Podcast.
Thank you.
Love our folks over at Forney.
I need to find my Forney hat. It's in my closet. Should have gotten it out.
I need to go to Forney and see if they have any like good stuff for working on my boat and stuff.
Is there any Forney stores out here in Vegas by any chance?
You can probably find that out online.
Yeah,
at their
I'll
website.
Head to ForneyIND.com.
Well, anyway, we got one more story before we go to picks. So, Pocono looks like they're going to be hosting 50% capacity this summer. What can we expect moving forwards? Well, Pocono put a statement out. They said, following today's announcement by Governor Tom Wolf, Pennsylvania outdoor events will be operating at 50% capacity starting April 4th of 2021. This is incredible news for our beloved race fans, and we cannot wait to see fans back at the Tricky Triangle this summer. The health and safety of our guests will remain a top priority. We will work with the Wolf administration, health officials, and NASCAR to ensure the necessary recommendations and protocols are met prior to our June 25th through 27th race weekend. So I got to ask, moving forward, what do you guys expect when it comes to these reopenings? Because I think this is like a huge step forward.
Well, yeah, this is a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
To 50%. That's all I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. This is definitely a step in the right direction. I mean, obviously Texas is reopening and stuff. So when we go to COTA, you're obviously going to see a lot of fans there, and obviously Pocono, the state of Pennsylvania, moving in the right direction as well. Well, I mean, it depends on how you want to view it and stuff, but we keep getting the number of vaccines out there keeps going up, so I feel like it's perfectly safe for some of these places to at least try and open up to some extent. You may not agree fully with like Texas opening up all the way and stuff, but I'm interested to see how that works out long term. I think they'll be all right with as long as we keep getting the vaccines out and stuff. But as far as Pocono is concerned, I've said some things about the track and the stuff in the past before, but this is definitely a positive thing for them, going for them moving forward. We've had Pocono in our chat a few times this year.
Yeah, we were on their podcast.
We went on their podcast. We're actually
they love us.
We're actually we know a few people over there at Pocono, so we'd personally like to maybe be able to even go check out the races this year if we can.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up too, and yeah, like they were talking about maybe perhaps doing something with us media wise. You never know, so man, we'll see.
But I could see us going to Pocono either this year or next year. I think.
Yeah. I gotta visit it sometime.
Yeah, I'm no public health. None of us are any sort of public health experts, so it's hard to say what number is the right number or anything like that.
I don't know.
Me personally, I'm going to a dirt track this weekend, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 100% capacity in
Yeah.
Texas. So,
Yeah.
we're going for it, going all in. But it's.
I think Bristol's like probably the first one where it hadn't been like crowded.
Yeah, but Pocono, the thing that makes me excited is this is now, last year they were trying that doubleheader weekend, something new and different that was, supposed to really favor the fans in attendance, and then they didn't get to run either race last year with any sort of fans in the stands. And that was a real bummer, real disappointment. So at least this year, it sounds like they're going to have pretty close to probably the capacity they would have gotten for those double. Let's not kid ourselves. I don't think Pocono, it sounds like they had great ticket sales last year up until COVID, but I don't think they were going to sell out 70,000 seats for both Saturday and Sunday necessarily, but I think they'll get close. So they're going to end up getting at least 30 to 40,000 people probably in the stands, or including campgrounds and stuff. They're going to have a real crowd for the doubleheader this weekend. And even if we're not able to get there for it this year, like, I'm just excited to see how fans enjoy and how TV, encapsulates that doubleheader weekend. Cause now it's the new thing this year. It didn't work out last year because of COVID, but now it will, hopefully.
So weird thing happened. It actually muted me for a moment, so I don't know where my audio was supposed to be at. So just chat, let me know if I'm too loud right now. I just put it all the way back up where it was before. So hopefully it's not too loud.
One of y'all dropped this in the chat.
Oh my god,
AI
dude, it's crazy.
What?
That is crazy. No, look in the podcast chat.
Oh no,
looking like the dude from Lazy Town. The bad guy.
I'm gonna go on the computer to actually hear what the audio is.
Well, yeah, just make sure it don't play over.
No, I'm on my computer, so you guys can hear it.
Okay.
If Texas has 0% capacity, is there a difference? Gosh dang it, Groovy Goose.
Groovy Goose.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Man, the guy who did this, Nick, man, he's an underrated follow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we got one more thing tonight, and that is our preview for Atlanta. Yeah, that's right.
What? The stream just broke. What was
I remember that. That was funny as hell, man.
Those are the good old days. The good old days when I was first starting out.
So I actually added a little bit of stuff this week for previews, just so everyone, whether they're going to the race or if they're watching on TV, can be in the loop of everything going on around it. So, channels for this week: Fox, main Fox for Cup. Excuse me. I'm dying here, man.
Wash it down.
Wash it down. Wash it down.
It's so gross.
Dude, it's St. Patrick's Day. I need to wash it down with a beer.
Is this finally where you need to step away, Jarrett?
No, no, not yet, not yet. Fox Sports 1 will be where you can watch the Xfinity and truck race. Both are on Saturday, by the way. Cup race on Sunday. So you can also listen to them. PRN for the Xfinity and Cup races, MRN for the truck race.
That's confusing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Saturday.
They do the same thing for Vegas. It's weird.
Well, the truck series always has MRN, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a contract. Same with how they always have Fox. So the oh no, there goes Danny again. So when it comes to what time these races are at, on Saturday it's a doubleheader with the Xfinity and Truck Series. 2:30 start time Eastern time for the truck race. 5 p.m. Eastern time for the Xfinity race, and the Cup race starting on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, a half hour earlier than the last 3 or 4. So be sure to watch then. When it comes to our weather this weekend, according to literally what I just looked up on AccuWeather, so if I'm wrong, it's AccuWeather's fault, not mine. Saturday is supposed to be a high of 52 degrees, mostly sunny, 10% chance of rain. Sunday, 62, completely sunny, 1% chance of rain. So if it rains, go after AccuWeather, not me. Now I want to add this part just for people who are going to the race. In case you're wondering, COVID info with it. 10% of Georgians have been fully vaccinated, with another 16.1% having at least one dose. So if you're worried about that, there you go. Hospitalizations right now, damn, that was weird. Hospitalizations right now are the lowest they have been since June of last year at that lull.
Wow.
There's 35% capacity for this race, which means 16,000 fans will be allowed to attend each race this weekend. Atlanta Motor Speedway will be... Yeah, I was about to...
The best part.
Yep,
the best
I'm
part.
going to get to that, yep. Atlanta Motor Speedway for the garage will have COVID-sniffing dogs at the entrance for the whole race weekend.
You mean to tell me I let someone jab a cotton swab up my nose when they could have let Fido just sniff me for a minute?
Yeah.
Fido.
That's a joke. That's a joke, by the way.
I
Either
love
get
it.
poked in the face, or you get to pet a cute dog. I mean, they don't let you pet the dog, but you can pretend you're petting the dog. Yeah,
Just doggy, smell me. Is it there?
Yeah, is it there? And then if it's there, they bite you immediately.
they just kill you.
The dog just freaks out. You gotta go. Ah!
They freaking just go crazy.
Yeah, it's probably a German Shepherd, so Fido is probably just like...
And if you have dog allergies, I don't think the COVID sniffing dog in the garage is going to be a bother to you. Just saying.
Is it? Are they sniffing fans or are they just sniffing personnel?
Just in the garage. Just in the garage.
Anyone who goes
Are
to the
fans
garage.
allowed in the garage?
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know, I love at the airport where you're going through security and they have a dog walking up and down. Like, I love that stuff. I'm like, oh, look at the dog. Gives you something to appreciate while you're waiting in that boring line.
He's trying to tear your head off, bro, if you're out of line.
He's cute. You know, sometimes he sniffs my suitcase a little longer than I feel. That makes me comfortable. But you know, he's fine.
Someone planted something on you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god.
Anyway,
Anyway.
we have
Yep.
picks. We have our race picks, and
Here's the points. What's the point system? Or no, what's the point standings? Why I keep saying point system?
You
I don't
can
know.
skip that if you want.
Nah, Eric.
what-
you got-
what is Jack-
He's drinking on stream.
the chat's leading. They took from me.
What? Even
The
with
chat.
wait,
Even
they,
after y'all
picked
picked
Kevin
LePage one
Yeah.
weekend and y'all are still beating
Ugh.
us. I
they
don't
took a
know
week
why.
off.
The chat's leading, and
God damn it.
Not by much. Not by much. It's manageable to come
they're
back.
still leading. Drink.
We got to put an end to that, boys. You know what that means. Vote Kevin LePage.
Actually,
He'll get it this week.
it's St. Patty's Day. What do you expect me to do?
Oh yeah, the chat's picking Page already. I see it.
What?
Yeah, they're picking the German Shepherd dog. Oh, write it down. Write it down.
Write down.
But what's
I-
the rest of the standings look like?
I swear what I just did is probably not FDA regulated. Or what's the other one? Not FDA.
Terms of service or
No,
whatever?
no, the
The
one
Dare
that,
program.
the one that no, not that one. No, it's like the one that watches over what like movies and TV
Oh,
shows too.
Motion
F-
Picture
the
Ratings
FCC?
Association.
Yeah, it's
No,
not.
no,
That's not FCC approved probably to
Yeah.
drink on a live show with children watching.
No.
YouTube, don't come
just
after
some
me.
sparkling water. That's not bad.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
but in a Guinness bottle.
hey, to be fair, kids watch NASCAR. There's literally beer sponsors. So.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, so you're right.
Lord help them if they try to buy a 164 scale diecast car with Busch beer on it. Oh,
I want some Brad Light.
Brad, like,
Sad thing is, all they gotta do is change their age in the Xbox, and they can drive the beer cars.
Yeah, it's so
what's
true.
it change?
wait, they lock kids on on
Yeah.
NASCAR.
Yep.
They lock you out from driving certain.
You
schemes?
you
Yeah.
cannot drive the Miller Lite scheme. I know,
What?
bro. It's crazy.
All that for a rated E rating? Just go E10 and up, man, and let them drive the.
No,
light
they're
car.
like rated E for
Whoa,
everyone.
what the heck? world is so backwards.
Anyway, the chat is leading. Y'all got 77 points. I am in second, -3. Danny is -5 in third. Darian is -9 in fourth. The guest pick is -10 in fifth, and then Eric, you're the caboose. You're -14 in last.
Hey, I gained on the leader. I think I was minus like 19.
You're double digits
You were minus.
behind though.
Yeah, you were -19 last time.
I've gained on the leader. That's a win. That's a net positive. It's early in the season.
And also, fun fact: I predicted 3 winners this year. So
Two.
or no, two winners. So
I keep picking
two
Chase
multiple
Elliott, so I gotta drop that line.
winners. Yeah, change it up.
Yeah. So here we go. We're doing picks again. Ooh, we starting with. How about this? I'll read off. I put it in one of the chats we have with a bunch of us for when we go to races together, asking who their picks were. I'm gonna see what their consensus has been. Their pick for the truck race. You ready for this?
Go ahead.
John Hunter Nemechek.
Are any Cup guys racing in the truck race?
Yes. Just
Which
take a
ones?
wild guess.
Kyle,
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? So you know what? I picked John Hunter Nemechek over KFB for the Vegas race. That worked out. This time I'll go the exact opposite. Kyle Busch, of course, for trucks. He'll win that one.
I'm also agreeing. Kyle Busch. That's my pick.
So we got 1 for Nemechek, 2 for Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to go against it. I really want to take a big gamble here.
I
Hey,
can't.
Kyle Busch did not win last week.
I think this is the first time we've been. By the way, I'll have to have one of you guys looking at the chat because mine is so far behind.
I'm seeing a ton of Kyle Busch in here.
Yeah, which is also my pick too.
All right, I'm throwing caution to the wind. This is my chance to make up ground. We're going Sheldon Creed.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
There's my pick.
And you're how many points behind?
14.
About to be 0. I'm about to be positive points behind.
Well,
So 1.
Well, I explained this before the show. For those listening and watching, the points go. So for the Xfinity and truck, it just go like the picks points go in order of how your pick finishes, and then if it's the same as someone else, it ties, and then you just so like if a person gets first, they'll have 6 points. Then second, if they're tied, they both get 5, and then it doesn't go to 4; it goes to 3 because you've been behind technically 3 people. So it goes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They started writing KFC instead of KFC.
That's their pick. That's their pick. Put it down.
KFC!
Colonel Sanders.
No, they can't be. So yeah, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the points you get for the 2 lower series. It's then 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1 for the Cup, and then you get bonus points if you pick the right winner. +1 for the truck winner, +3 for Xfinity, +5 for Cup. If you sweep the weekend, you get another 10 points. So the most points you can get is 38. So
Wow.
we're all in. We're all.
And
yeah.
I'm only 14 points back. We're making all that up in one round. That's how we were doing it here.
You could literally lead us by like 20-some
Go
points after this.
Creed.
All right.
Sorry, I'm laughing. I shouldn't be.
Xfinity wins. I said points. Wins. Who you got for the Xfinity series? Let's look at the chat here. They're picking between Gregson and Hemrick.
Yeah, I see a lot of Hemricks right
Well,
now.
in the chat, I'm talking. No, I'm talking about like this thing.
I was gonna say the chat's still on the trucks over here.
Let's give them.
Yeah.
Let's give the guest pick Hemrick on this one because
Yeah, we'll take that.
yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any Cup guys in the field. Ooh. Well, there are.
There are.
Well, there is.
There
I don't know
are.
if there's more than one. There's one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm dying laughing. So my cat Shugs, he comes over here, tries to get me to pet him, and he just takes off running. And I look over. I look over on the other side of the table. There's some headphones dangling, and he's sitting there playing with them.
Get him on the podcast.
I think he's been on before.
Get him on again.
Get him on again.
Put him in his own window.
No, I don't know if Shugs has ever been on. I think he's just kind of been like after hours.
I just
Who's
saw.
that pick? He could be the guest pick.
If I can get him, he's coming.
I just saw Nick Mann's tweet, and Darian looks like the damn Joker on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like the chin and like the
crimson
mouth.
chin.
Shugs!
Hey,
Hi,
Shugs.
Shugs.
Well,
What a fat cat that is.
Why?
But he's happy.
Yeah, he's a happy one though.
He
So-
wants to
Alright.
play with those headphones again.
the
Yeah.
guest pick though, they picked Hemrick. So
Big
Darian.
mistake.
So the order now also is Darian, Danny, Eric, me. So Darian, who we got first?
Harrison Burton currently 5th in the standings if we didn't have the playoffs. So he has been consistent. He's had some bad luck sometimes, but I think he'll get it turned around. Harrison Burton, he'll win.
Okay. Danny.
Who's
You're up,
next?
Sorry. Oh, Shugs.
Flipped out of your arms.
Ow! And then he bit me. AJ Allmendinger. I'm picking AJ Allmendinger.
Allmendinger. Awesome.
He won Atlanta last time they raced there, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess who-
Yeah, he won Atlanta last year, and he won Las Vegas. So Allmendinger's my pick.
That's a good pick, but there was one man in the field this week that wasn't in the field then, I don't think. Martin Truex Jr. wins the Xfinity race at Atlanta.
And that's exactly what I got. MTJ, he's gonna win, I think, in my opinion. So he's gonna be my pick for this weekend's race. Who we got in the chat? The chat looks a lot. I mean, I have the chat finally up. I see a lot of AJ.
Yeah, AJ.
Rex,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's between those two. I see all those J's. I don't know who.
MTJ, Josh Berry, AJ.
Oh, yeah, I
AJ.
forgot Truex is in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
No, AJ. Like
It's
they're picking AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably Dinger.
All right, you got
picking
the dinger. All right, we're not gonna give the Cup suck and Dark Horse to the guest pick just because that.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Just for fun.
Yeah. So who is gonna suck in the Cup race this weekend?
I'll go first on this. Just kind of, I've already done my research on that, and this guy has granted only 3 races here, but his average finish is 22.67. Last time he finished 33rd. Although he's won this year, William Byron is going to suck.
I'll go second with this. And yeah, I was also gonna go with Willie B. And just like Danny, like I had did some research earlier too, and like I don't know. It was either between Willie B or Austin Dillon for Atlanta, but I'm gonna go with William Byron. He's gonna suck.
Okay.
I'm going to base my research just on who's run well to start this season. And, earlier you said, Jared, oh, these guys had great turnaround days, finished like 12th and 14th. And I'm like, that's just terrible. Eric
mediocre.
Almirola continues to struggle. He finishes outside the top 15.
I still always, whenever we talk about Almirola like that, when you're like, a few years, I remember there was like on one of the podcasts where you're like, a few years ago, Eric Almirola was the 4th best driver at SHR. Now he's the 2nd.
No. It's terrible.
My pick, I'm going to pick the other driver that we talked about at that point, Matt Benedetto. Yikes, man. If he doesn't turn it around this year, I feel like this is kind of like the beginning of the end.
You know what I find funny? People will say Ryan Blaney's overrated, but they will praise Matty D all the time. I don't get it.
No, who's the chat got here for suck?
It's kind of all over the place, man.
It's all over the place, man. You gotta just pick one. Be like,
Now,
yeah.
now remember, if we pick one of these for the chat, that cannot be their win pick. So we have to be careful.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I see Almirola. I
keep
Almirola.
saying Kyle Busch. I'm like,
Yeah, I keep saying
Why?
Kyle Busch too.
Oh well, he hasn't had the best start to the year.
No,
At least by his standards. At least by his standards, it's been terrible.
I see Matt Benedetto and Kyle Busch.
Cody Ware.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those too as
I'm
well.
seeing a lot of Almirola.
Actually, now I'm
and
seeing a lot of
Kyle
Cody Ware.
Busch.
Let's just give him
Anthony.
Cody Ware.
Yeah,
why
Cody
not?
Ware. I'm seeing Cody. So
We'll get-
sorry, Cody.
We'll give him a layup.
Yeah.
I hope you don't get bent out of shape over that one. The dark horse pick for the Cup race this weekend. Who we got? Who's starting off this one?
Go ahead, dude.
Yeah, I'll go first. He's actually done a lot more fair here than I thought he did, especially considering he switched cars last year. But an average finish of 17.75, Stenhouse is a great pick for underdog for this track.
Currently this guy's 23rd in the NASCAR Cup Series standings at the moment. A bit of a ways off from the main cut line battle. But currently finished 10th at Las Vegas, and then last week in Phoenix ran tremendously well in that 43 car. Eric Jones, that Jones boy, that is my underdog pick.
Not too bad, not too bad. I want to give JTG Doherty some props. Both of their drivers are currently in the top 16.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
And they've just been fairly competitive. Priest already has a couple top 10s, and Stenhouse I think has not finished worse than 18th this season. So I'll go with Ricky Stenhouse as well. I like Danny's pick for a dark horse.
So I like that both of you brought up Stenhouse. He is my pick as well. But I'll give some even more reasoning of why Atlanta fits perfectly right now into what he's been doing. So you said he has not finished lower than 18th this season. And Danny, you were saying his average finish is 17.5. Well, I went back and I looked at the last 5 Atlanta races. These are his finishes. Remember, he has finished no lower than 18th in this season.
It's better.
Yeah. 2020, 13th. 2019, 18th. 2018, 16th. 2017, 13th. 2016, 10th.
He's consistent.
The only reason it's so low is that he's weighed down by a 36 in 2015. In fact, actually his rookie year in 2013, he got the pole for this race.
Oh, yeah. He did.
Actually, what's impressive, granted, qualifying don't matter no more. So, last year throws a big wrench in it because it was all random. But his previous few starts for Atlanta was 2nd, 6th, 4th, 5th. 2015, 2014 were bad, and then pole award in 2013.
He can qualify well. Yeah, too bad it doesn't matter now, but hopefully he can get it done in the race.
So who we got in the chat for their dark horse pick?
I see Ryan Priest. I see Bubba, Christopher Bell.
I'm glad somebody mentioned Cindric racing this week.
Yeah, that's right. Cedric is racing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was racing.
Mm-hmm. And it's the 33 car, correct?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Bless you.
Bless you.
My God.
See, we have manners on the NASCAR Weekly podcast.
Is Bell really an underdog pick?
Well,
a lot
not
of
to
people
me.
picking
him.
To
Top
me,
10 in
no.
points.
Yeah, he's not an underdog pick. Bell isn't an underdog pick.
Unless he's their
won
win
this
pick.
season.
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of bells. I mean, a lot of
Damn.
bells. I think
a
you
lot
gotta
of
go
Bell.
Bell.
Wow.
Well, give him
Bell.
Bell.
You can't. That's not
They
your
can't be
race
their
win
win.
pick,
Yeah,
Bell.
they can't pick him then.
All right, Bell. I guess he's an underdog. I didn't
So-
know this.
So Darian, what's the next section?
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win at Atlanta? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna win at Atlanta? Go ahead, Danny.
So
Well, hold on.
leading off. Wait, what?
For this one, just I'll read the guest one. They picked Chase Elliott.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Chase Elliott.
Okay.
That's.
Boring.
I'm not gonna go with that one because honestly, he hasn't done that great.
Screwed me
here.
like 3 times this year.
But who I am gonna go with, he has 3 wins here. A lot of them more in the recent years now, though. A lot of his best finishes have come in the recent years. However, it's kind of sad here. He won very early, but after that, he was weighed down by finishes in the 20s to the 40s from 2002 until like 2007. So it was a horrible track for him after he won his first race, but now it's one of his favorites. Kevin Harvick will win this weekend.
We are going to have a 6 different winner in the first 6 races, but over the next few weeks, we might go back to that trend where, the usual suspects are back to winning. We might have that different streak of winners, but they're going to be the top guys. And without a doubt, the best driver in NASCAR at the moment to me is none other than Denny Hamlin. In the actual standings, just the straight up standings, he's actually nearly a full race ahead of Brad Keselowski. So he's been consistent all season, just needs to put it all together in 2021 and get that first win. Might come this weekend. So Hamlin will win at Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about Hamlin. I think Hamlin and Harvick have to be the 2 front runners, but neither driver is yet to show their 2020 speed so far in 2021. But certainly, if I was going to pick between those 2, Hamlin's been the much more consistent. So, with that being said, I'm going Kyle Larson, baby, second win. Ride or die.
I just love how you switched that up.
That was great.
They had us in the first half, I'm not going to lie.
I was actually going to pick Hamlin until about 8 seconds ago.
Yeah, I know. So you gotta pick it up.
I'm playing to win, boys. Not playing to tie.
And you're how far behind?
14.
About to be 0.
All
Clean
right.
sweep. Creed, Truex, Larson. Easy money.
We're bringing up old memes tonight,
Yeah.
and I'm going to bring up the oldest meme that this podcast has, and it is me picking Kevin Harvick. There has never been an Atlanta Cup race since this podcast has started that I have not picked Kevin Harvick for, and I ain't ending that now. And so I want to read a few things to you. Ever since they have went down from 900 horsepower, Kevin Harvick's finishes at Atlanta are as followed. In 2015, he was 2nd. 2016, he was 6th. And before the last caution, he was running, I believe, 2nd. 2017, off year, 9th. 2018, won it. 2019, 4th. Last year, won it. Kevin Harvick getting another win this weekend. If the chat doesn't pick Harvick, I'll get ahead of him.
I just got to say, it's so amazing how horrible he did after his first season. His first season, he won, the first one. He finished 3rd in that. 2002, both races blew his engine and then finished 39th from 40th.
Yeah, terrible. Terrible.
This week.
So who's the chat got here? I see a lot
Probably
of
Harvick after you just convinced them to pick Harvick, basically.
It's been nothing but Harvick for the last
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like
Harvick.
Jared.
Every now and again, a Brad or a Larson comes in, but it's all Harvick.
Nah, Jared just basically swayed the entire chat, like, no, Harvick, basically. So
there, got the picks down. Here we go.
nice,
tonight.
locked in.
All right.
we got that down.
One more thing before we get this baby out of here. Let's read those final super chats. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, I got all of them here that I need. Let's see. Levi's great stuff as always was the last one we had. So Groovy Goose. I saw Eric. You talked about this one earlier.
I caught myself.
Texas has 0% capacity. Is there a difference?
Hey, that's my reaction exactly.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
Beef burritos. Beef burritos. Thank you for the $4.99. Funny thing about Texas Motor Speedway is they can't even fill 50% capacity. They've been practicing social distancing there for a while.
Hey, you know what was funny was when I was there in October, whatever the last race was last year, you know, they said it was like 20% capacity, so there's maybe like 25,000 people there. It looked about as full as some of the more recent Texas Motors.
Yeah, no, they're inflating those
Not
numbers.
quite, but it was. I'm like, oh, they were probably hitting 30, 40.
They might be inflating those numbers a little bit. Oh, well, we had 20%. No, yeah, y'all had 2% capacity.
And then last super chat of the night, unless somebody leaves one in. I'm surprised no one did a spin the UFO. That really surprised me, to be completely real with you. Come on, guys, I expect better of you.
Spin the rubber ball.
The man just wants you to spin his UFO, guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
just
Is that
touch
too
his
much to ask
UFO.
for?
Just
Let him
it,
touch the
man. Touch it.
UFO. Give it a little touch.
Anyway, C. Grant, Melody, thank you for the $4.99. Says, all I want is KFB's sweet revenge on Adam Stevens. Best of
Adam
luck.
Stevens has the upper hand at the
Right
moment.
now, it's 1-0 Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens got it
Best of luck.
going off.
Godspeed, soldier.
Godspeed. Yes. And yeah, that's it for super chats. Unless somebody, like I said, unless someone leaves a random one last minute. Whose channel are we gonna be on next week, and what day are we gonna be on your channel?
My channel, correct?
Yes.
Schedule pulled up. Yeah, baby. And we'll be on Thursday night, I believe, because while I haven't seen like any marketing for it at all, I'm like 90% sure the iRacing Pro Invitational is returning Wednesday night, basically right during our time slot. So we're pushing it back to Thursday because everyone's going to want to see the Bristol Dirt iRacing event. Going to be terrible. Going to be almost impossible. That's why they're not marketing it. That's why they're not marketing it.
I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of want to tune into it, so I'm kind of okay with us.
Yeah, I'm
pushing back.
interested. I'm interested.
Yes.
Oh, we got it. We got it.
Spin it. Yeah.
Spin it.
Antar Das for the win. $1.99 says spin it.
The speed you need. But yeah, we'll be on my channel, and we have a pretty topical and interesting guest we're hoping to secure, but I'm not gonna make any promises.
We're not sure yet.
Things are busy. People are difficult to pin down these days, but we have high hopes. So stay tuned. Keep an eye on your Twitter feeds, your YouTube community tabs over the course of the week, because we might be dropping some huge news on you guys. Either way, we'll definitely have fun. We'll get to talk about that sloppy, I know it's going to be a sloppy iRacing event, and we'll talk about everything from Atlanta this weekend and preview the infamous, it's not infamous yet, it hasn't happened yet, but the historic Bristol Dirt event.
It'll be infamous.
The infamous.
yeah.
I think it's more likely to be more likely to be infamous than historic at this point. I think.
Why can't we just be both?
Yeah, it could be both. Yeah, it could be both. Yeah, true.
Watch this one be like the next Craven Busch 2003 Darlington. It's
I
just
know,
an
and then
amazing
be like-
race.
And be
Hey,
like,
Eldora.
oh my god.
Eldora had some great truck finishes. What was it, a couple of years ago? It was like Briscoe versus, I don't know, one of the Thor Sport guys. They were like door to door for like 3 straight laps. And
Briscoe versus Crafton, because Crafton won the year before.
Yeah,
And,
there's someone.
Lick that like button one last time. Let me see where we're at right now. We are at
Lick the like button.
314. Let's see if we can get 400 by the time the outro rolls. So yes, we'll be on Eric's channel next Thursday, March 25th, same time as usual, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. And one last thing, I want to say this. I don't know if she's watching right now, but happy birthday tomorrow to my mother. I hope you have a really happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Mrs. Lumberg.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, ma'am.
She's out in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
And
What's
Oh,
she
damn.
doing down there?
I don't know.
She getting the. Oh,
It's her
she's
birthday.
at. It's Mardi Gras, right? No.
No, that got canceled.
I know.
She's enjoying some good Cajun food.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Get
she's
some beignets.
she's super excited to be there right now. So happy birthday if you're
Happy
watching. Hi, hope you're having a good time. And I guess that's all. I mean,
That's
this thing.
it.
I got this thing.
Yeah, you do your thing, man. That's the cue for us to leave.
This thing's like still half full. I've been taking baby sips the whole time. I don't like
You
it.
don't like it, yeah.
Like,
I don't like it.
Well,
energy drinks aren't for me, man.
When
well-
Rowdy don't taste good.
Maybe it's it. Maybe it's me. I don't know. It's not you. It's me.
can I do this thing now?
Go ahead, man.
All right, let's do it. Outro starting to play now. All right, till next time.
It didn't blow up the mic until the very end.
Woohoo! Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good night.